I don't know. I don't know. The YouTube has gone now fucking to a certain extent, man. Let her have something. Fuck. Let her at least try to hustle on these two platforms. Let her try to support herself. Thought on FBRC reporting the patron? Well, Mabs, read between the lines and understand what I just said without saying someone's name, man. Without saying someone's name, man. Without saying someone's name, man. Without saying someone's name, man.
Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, 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 Chantel.
She rolls out of bed with nothing better to do.
She's got nothing better to
Food
do.
parsley king while she drip dries over you. She makes a mess, orders Uber Eats when her Tinder date is through. And if you stand too close to her,
What?
you'll get the C. diff too.
Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight. Chantel,
Hello, Chantel.
she
How's Canada,
carries
girl?
the weight of the world on her
Do you wanna meet up?
shoulders. Chantel, Chantel, Chantel.
I bring pizza and poutine.
Chantel,
See you soon, life girl.
Fuck off already, Jesus.
Thanks for coming by, everybody. And I already got a super chat coming in. I'll get to you in just a minute there, D. Thanks very much. And with Frenchie in the title and with Frenchie in the thumbnail, I know I'm going to have Frenchie watching. How you doing, Frenchie? and let me get a bubbly going. Mm-hmm. And I'll get to the super chats in just a moment. I just want to get something out of the way first. So how you doing, Frenchie? I want to apologize. When I said that your channel had jumped the shark a little while back, I wasn't a big fan of you reaching out to Chantel in that way. It doesn't matter. I don't want to raise that whole thing. Creators can have differences of opinions, right? And you remember, I'm not making this up. My first overtures towards yourself was to give a few super chats and make a few comments, and maybe hopefully because you're Canadian, maybe there might have been some sort of collab happening or something or whatever. Maybe or maybe not. There just wasn't too much going on. And then you got in a fight with Yaba, and I was looking forward to Yaba coming to Canada. And so I thought, well, with you and Yaba fighting each other, how about I suck up to Yaba? And I take that little act of yours towards Chantel, reaching out to her. And so I said, oh, your channel's jumped the shark. That was wrong, because you're still very talented. And when people ask, I say you're a natural born chatterbox and very entertaining. And I did that video, and I said, oh, you've jumped the shark. No, you're still plenty entertaining. So just to have one difference of opinion, I said that to suck up to Yaba, which was a mistake on my part. So, Frenchie, French fried girl, Frenchie, I'm sorry for having done that. It was the wrong thing to do. It was stupid. And there's egg on my face because Yabba put a knife in my back. So that's right off the start. Sorry. It was the wrong thing to do. Sorry I did it. I apologize for it. And now let me immediately get to some super chats. Hang on there, Frenchie. I'm going to play a little bit of your footage. And by the way, Frenchie did refuse to say my name in the footage I just played, yet later on, she did say my name. So it was a little bit clickbaity to get you guys in here. So at the start, she did like, can I do this without saying somebody's name? So she didn't want to say my name. Later on, she did. And so let me get to the audience participation here. Get up there, Super Chat Kitty. Thanks very much for coming by, D. Get up there, Cat. It's Super Chat Kate. It's Super Chat Kate. Thanks for blessing us, D. Higgins. We hope to bless you back. It's Super Chat Kate. It's Super Chat Kate. It's Super Chat. Okay. Thanks very much, my buddy D. Higgins. Now spelling the name D-E-E. Thanks. 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 Thank you, Super Chat Cat. Thank you very much, D. Higgins. We get a little more of this bubbly going on here. Oh my goodness. My thumbnail must be attracting attention. There was no notice for this. It's like 5 minutes of notice. I got 72 people in here already. And as soon as I said there's 72, it dropped to 67. Get up there, kitty. It's Super Chat Kate. It's Super Chat Kate. Thanks for blessing us, Amaron, to become a YouTuber. We hope to bless you back. Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Super Chat Kate. Thanks. Amaron, you now have use of all the custom emojis, including I can't think, including Super Chat Cat. And get up there. Super Chat Kate! Super Chat Kate! Thanks for blessing us, Mayron. We hope to bless you back. Super Chat Kate! Super Chat Kate! Super Chat Kate! Thanks very much, Mayron, for becoming a member. You get to use all the custom emojis, including myself. Thank you, Super Chat Cat. And Super Chat Cat is still showing a lot of gratitude for D. Higgins as well. And let me get ahead on the comments a little bit. And oh, look, everybody's saying hi. That's great. So I had notes here. Okay. Yeah. So I thought Yaba was coming to Canada, and she broke her promise again and again and again. And so stupid move on my part. And it was a dumb thing to say because certainly Frenchie had not jumped any shark because she still has a whole bunch of energy and talent to share. And after I'd said that in the video, people would say from time to time, what do you think of French Fried Girl? What do you think of French talented? I don't have anything against her. And I felt bad that I had said that, jumped the shark. So, well, I've apologized for it already. I think 2 times on this episode. And let me just move forward with a little bit more footage. Let me get something out of the way here. And as long as I have your attention, Frenchie, I got a little bit of footage to share from Yaba, which I'm going to add to the stream. Okay. Now, before I play it, I make sure the screen is all clear here. Yeah, like who you like who you like. That's right. That's how I felt, why can't everybody just get along and have a few little differences? I don't agree with everything Frenchie's got to say. I didn't agree with everything Yabba's got to say or Charlie Gold or anybody. Everybody is different. I never confronted another creator about anything. So for Yabba to go ahead and put that knife in my back because I phoned the Adonis store, I was a little unwarranted, And so I'm going to share with you, Frenchie, if you haven't seen it. Well, maybe you did see this. Maybe you didn't. I'm just going to bring it up and play it.
Convince a group of people. That is just fucking facts. People can leave here tonight thinking that bitch is crazy. You can think what you want, but these are cold fucking hearted facts.
Now, what Yabba was talking about that day was all the bad things that Negs had done, which has got nothing to do with me. So up until that point, yeah, okay. So what Yabba has to say. Somebody's saying they're glad I phoned. Thank you, Nicole Sargent. So, yeah, this was so Yaba's saying all the bad things Negs did. And those are just, it's got, I don't have any history with this Negs guy. Yaba tried to tie me and him together. So this is Yaba squawking about Negs. And when she put the knife on my back about phoning the grocery store, she banned me from her comments, which is to be expected. What she hadn't done was ban me from her live chat. And, I super chat her all the time that I was friends with her. And I also was a channel member. Now, those of you who are on a device can't read that. It's too small. You see the little green membership appreciation thing? So what it says there is after she put the knife in my back, I said with the membership appreciation, I surprised her with it because she banned me from the comments, not from the live chat. What the green thing says is, quote, guess what? You did not invent reaction channels and you are not the boss. So get over yourself. Close quote. That's not very insulting. That's just fair comment. So I sent that up. Sam saw it first and she goes, let it go. Like as if I'm beneath them or something. And so that surprised Yaba when she got it. And check out what she said from my fair comment, which is, sorry to reiterate so early. You didn't invent reaction channels. You're not the boss. Get over yourself. So I sent that up, and here's what Yaba has to say. And I hope I still have your attention too, Frenchie.
How many times did you talk about women getting babies sucked out of their vaginas with vacuums? Speak about it.
Let it go.
Fuck out of here, you fucking loser. Get that fucking idiot out of here. I don't even care what the hell he's saying. You fucking inbred Canadian hillbilly cocksucking motherfucker, out of here.
Okay, Frenchie, you're a reasonable person. And there's another Canadian. Let me getting close. Frenchie, how do you feel about Yaba using the word Canadian as an insult? You and me, Canadians. How do you feel about that? I don't expect you to take a side or get in here or talk about it. It's just good enough that I know that you're watching because I got your name in the thumbnail and the title, and I apologize to you. How do you feel about Yaba using the word Canadian as an insult? And the cocksucker part too, cocksucking. She knows I'm not gay. So what Yaba had to say there was not only xenophobic, which is using another country's title as an insult, it's also homophobic because she uses the act of gay activity as an insult towards me, and she knows I'm not gay, and she knows I am Canadian. So, Frenchie, it's just enough that you have an opinion on it that you can just keep to yourself, because part of the fun that Yaba and I used to have is she makes fun of Canada. And Frenchie, talking to you, fellow Canadian, you know that we make fun of ourselves in Canada. That's part of our personality. You've watched Codco. You watch This Hour is 22 Minutes. Maybe you're familiar with Wayne Schuster show. We understand this stuff. We make fun of ourselves in Canada. And Yaba was doing that in a playful way, and I returned the favors. Canada's not really a country anyway, like they say on the South Park movies, things like that. We make fun of ourselves, and Canadians do it. When you turn it around and you actually do it in a very mean, hurtful way, it's not funny anymore. And that's what she did. And there's more. There's more. Let me back up so you can see it all.
Weirdo. You fucking weirdo. Don't even care what you got to say. Why don't you go team up with that degenerate? DC, there's another one you can go put in rehab. Yep. I got a list of people for you. FBRC. Negs. Who else? Take them all.
It's strange that Yaba used my name first. It says FBRC, Negs, take them all. Degenerate. And Frenchie, you know the things that Negs said about you. That was real degenerate material. And Yaba puts me and Negs together for her own purposes Like I said, I don't even have any history with Negs. I don't fight with him. I don't know what he does. I never watch his videos. I don't even have the time to watch. I don't know what the hell he does. The first time I ever saw him was in Yaba's community tab. She put up a video about him, complained about him or something. She still gave him attention. And so Yaba has said, you go take them all. FBRC, Negs. Well, you know what he said about you, Frenchie. It was horrible things. I don't talk that way about women. I didn't deserve that shit from Yaba. And that's been hurting my channel ever since because she leaves it up. See, if a woman with a much bigger channel attacks a smaller channel, and if it's a guy, and if she says, take FBRC and Negs and degenerates, weirdos, all I did was call a grocery store. I didn't do all that other shit. And Frenchie, you know that Negs did horrible things towards yourself. And I didn't do anything to you. I made that stupid video where I said, your channel jumped the shark. And I've apologized for that. So I just wanted to know where I was coming from. Of course, now it's all a little bit weird because now you're friends with Yaba. Yaba. And back when the two of you were fighting, Yaba said to you, go put some teeth in your head. And when you were rebuttaling her, very good point, he said, hey, Yaba, you don't even go on camera. So anyway, that's the fight you two had, and now you're friends, and that's what she did to me. So when people say to me, like, I know I'm getting behind in the chat, oh, let it go. It's like, that's the act of a much bigger channel woman attacking me, trying to make me sound like I'm like Negs. And she used my name first. So, yeah. Yeah, they're friends now. Yeah. That was all the Adonis call. Like, I'm a weirdo because I phoned a grocery store. That's another thing. Thanks for reminding me. Frenchie, you and I, both Canadians, you know that there's signs in all the stores, especially back when I phoned the grocery store, that says if you've got COVID-like symptoms, if you're sick with anything, turn around and leave. So we both appreciate that. And that our healthcare system is socialized. So we're all paying for it. And there's Chantel horking up, as she said, brown and yellow phlegm. And we know how Chantel coughs, right? Because we're both do reactions on Chantel. She coughs like a toddler. She doesn't even think about it. Chantel doesn't even think about it. It's like, and she's got her hands on her face, and she puts her stuff on her hands all over the fruit and the vegetables. And she just had no business being in that store. And I got another member. So I'll get to you. So you and I know that those are the advisements here for our country, and Yaba just doesn't care. It's more important for Yaba to get every dime that she can out of all the Chantel footage that she can get. So she equated me as being a weirdo because I phoned the grocery store, and she's also in league with Chantel herself. Chantel thinks that's like, criminal harassment to phone a grocery store and say somebody over there. When things were really bad, when people were reporting other people going into a store without a mask, the police would come and get those people. Anyway, I want to have some fun. Frenchie, I'm sorry I did that stupid video with that dumb title saying you jumped the shark. I was just trying to kiss up the Yaba. I made a mistake. And it was also inaccurate to say. So, what would I have apologized way more than 2 times? So that's that out of the way. And let me remove this from studio. And let me get to Kiki. And that's where I bring up the kitty. Look, there's a dog there. And the cat's going to say thanks. Super chat, Kate. Super chat, Kate. Thanks for blessing us, Kiki me. I want to bless you back. It's super chat, Kate. It's super chat, Kate. It's super chat. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. So, thank you, super chat, Cat, and thank you, Kiki me. I haven't missed anybody. I got D. I got the 3 new members. So, just one more before I start. I'm going to play a bit of the Frenchie footage. Because we're boring Frenchie footage because it's got the Patreon footage. Just one more for Frenchie. If you want to hang around me reacting to the footage you played, I agree with it. Actually, you were pretty kind to me when you did start mentioning my name. It's like, do I deserve that? Do I deserve that from Yaba? No. And that continues to hurt me to this day. She stirred up that garbage and tried to make it seem like I'm like, and you, Frenchie, of all people, know that Negs is a really bad guy and I didn't do anything, right? So Yaba is off her rocker and she's going after her life of a free spirit now. So probably Yaba will get around to watching this. That's the last thing. I didn't. Yeah, Yaba, an apology is owed. And until it shows up, you're a lolcow to me, even though you remain a cute lolcow. Oh boy. Okay. The footage is coming.
I don't know how to say this. I said it yesterday. I don't want to say that I feel bad. Listen, Chantal made her own bed and now she's sleeping in it. Okay, she has no one to blame for this, really, more than herself. Okay. But the thought now that she's trying to hustle and she's trying to make these two other platforms happen, and I don't know, people are trying to like come for the two other platforms and take them down. That just kind of irks me because we were talking about it last night. If she can't support herself, who supports her? The system. That's to me. I don't know. I guess there's a Canadian paying into that system.
Well, this is like a little item I want to react to. Frenchie, you know that Pogi is federal, and we're not paying into the system, the welfare system. What I meant to say, we're not paying into the federal unemployment insurance system. Is you're on YouTube, you're a very successful channel. I've got a little channel, and I appreciate all the interest that people want to share with me and the super chats and everything. It's just that even if I was at a level at which I would say this is my prime source of income, and then I would then do my taxes for it, because the government of Canada wants to know, like, what are you living on? And they look at your bank account. So let's say I do, I've got real work to do too. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. We're not paying into unemployment insurance with our YouTube money. And so when Chantel got cut off, well, that's it. She becomes part of the welfare system, which is provincial. They call it Ontario Works here in Ontario, and I don't know what they call it in La Belle Provence. It's just those are both provincial. So I mean, I'm not taking huge issue with it. I still get your point that we're paying into some sort of. Anyway, I talked to it a little bit more. I speak of it a little bit more later. I see the point that you're trying to make. It's just I would rather Chantel be on welfare.
That pisses me off. I in a perfect world would say let her at least try to hustle on these two platforms. Let her try to support herself so that the government and the rest of us don't have to. I don't know. I don't know. The YouTube is gone now. Fucking to a certain extent, man. Let her have something. Fuck. Let her. She could get a 9 to 5. Where? What can she do? Realistically, I mean, she could do like telephone sales or something sitting down, I guess. I don't feel sorry like that either. Don't try and warp what I'm saying. I feel sorry for the people who go to work every day, punch in, punch out, earn jack shit of a living, have so much taxes taken from us because we're Canadian and we are like the highest tax place. I'm Quebecois. We're the highest tax place in North America.
Yes, you are taxed. You're taxed more. I agree.
Yeah, that bothers me for us. For the rest of us, that's nuts, And if she goes on the system, Pete's doesn't work either. What does that mean? 2 people now getting onto the system? I don't know. That's my opinion. Double tax. That's right, Nemesis. Nemesis knows. In Quebec, we pay double tax. The rest of Canada does not. Most other places do not. We pay double friggin' tax, man. Thought on FBRC reporting the patron? Well, Mabs, read between the lines and understand what I just said without saying someone's name, man. Serena, thank you for the super chat, girl. Thanks for being here. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So my plan here, we're not just going to be playing entire fucking streams. There's no sniping going on. Nothing like that, okay? there will be edits. We will take the contents, take a little edits, take the talking points that I would like to.
Okay, I just wanted to run that all the way through because maybe if she's not live right now, I don't know. Maybe Frenchie's still watching. I don't know. So, Frenchie, you could have made a good. You could still make a good politician yourself. So your argument is that you don't want her to be without some sort of platform income because you're worried about all the rest of us having to pay for it. So right now, Chantel, if she doesn't make some money to sustain herself with pretty soon, she's going to be on welfare. So that's Ontario Works referred to it here in Ontario. And wait, where is it? So I don't know so much that you're worried about all the rest of us having to pay for her. I say, who cares? Like, if one more person goes on welfare, let it be Chantel. Let her end up. Because, like I said, we just have like little differences of opinion. We both like to react to Chantel. And we both, without quoting you exactly, we both pretty much feel she's horrible. I more so feel that she's evil and immoral more than she is a shit show and a train wreck. She fakes illnesses for money. She fakes clinical depression for money. She fakes anxiety for money. She's always gaslighting her desperate little audience. To me, she's evil. And this is all of her own doing. Pride cometh before a fall, correct? And I was only advocating on my channel. I wanted to see her demonetized. I wasn't beating the drum for her to lose her channel entirely. Although I would say from time to time she shouldn't be on the platform. My hope was that she would get demonetized and stay on YouTube. So she would be so desperate and angry and making videos all day long and telling people to go donate to the other donation platforms, which are really clunky to use. That would have been hilarious and just desserts. So that wouldn't have been my first move. However, YouTube's first move against her has been to just yeet her, as they're saying these days, is to, she's a scammer. There's hundreds of channels reacting to Chantel. Yeah. So, what's an excellent chat, and about 100 people here. Thanks for coming by. Consider subscribing. So, my feeling is that, she's a scammer. Very good. My feeling is, she's a con playing a con surrounded by cons. Yeah, yeeted. That's the name. That's the term. Yeah. So my feeling is, I was just letting the people at Patreon know, because I was already a Patreon customer before Chantel got there. And there's a reporting tool. Say anything you want to report about this. I said, yeah, she's on OnlyFans in case you wanted to know. And here's what Charlie Gold had to say about her. I'm just letting him know. Let's not forget that Chantel almost pulled down Zachary Michael's channel. Does everybody forget everything? Well, we know that Chantel forgets everything, conveniently so. It's just that I remember she tried to take down Zachary Michael. And he had 2 strikes against him. He had to private everything. She did this in the middle of the night when he was asleep. And he had to private everything. And then he had to decide as to whether or not he wanted to have Chantel have his real name and address. And I remember the video he made. He said, if you want to risk it for the biscuit, you just go ahead and do it, because we're talking about Chantal here. And so he stood up to her and had to surrender his real name and address to Chantal. And he got his channel back because he got her strikes overturned. So she was acting to wipe out his channel. If he had been sleeping later that day, he probably would have woke up to have the channel gone and had to do all the fighting with the 3 strikes having taken his channel down. So he managed to private everything because the 3rd strike hadn't taken place yet. And he rescued his channel from a lot of work that would have taken. So that's why I feel Chantel, I mean, I'm not doing anything illegal by letting people know, letting other platforms that I'm already a customer of, what her history is. They have a reporting tool and they say they want to know if there's anything you want to report. Chantel doesn't know what criminal harassment is. That's following somebody from place to place, besetting their dwelling home, showing up at their door, having other people do it for you, phoning them all the time. especially after they say, don't contact me ever again. That she doesn't have any of that. So I would prefer, given that she tried to wipe out a talented guy, Zachary Michael. I would rather she be in her mother's basement, and with her style really cramped by her mother telling her to be quiet at 3:00 in the morning and to stop smoking dope in the house. Welfare is where she belongs, or on OnlyFans doing this every 5 minutes. She thinks that is erotic. She doesn't have any, like, Chantel acts like such a sex pot that all the guys want. And she gets herself, a soft core porn channel, OnlyFans, and it's just the same thing. She's high and she's babbling, and every 5 minutes, that's not erotica. That's a boring. So I know I'm taking a long-winded way which to say this. My heart doesn't bleed for Chantel because she's evil. And she can be on welfare. And if there's one more, that's the point I was going to, I keep getting ahead of myself. If there's one more person on welfare, so what? Like, even if you, Frenchie, you were in Ontario and not La Belle Provence, what's that going to be to me or you if you were in the same province? Like 0.000000000 of 1 cent more out of me and you and everybody else to let Chantel be on welfare? That's not too great a burden to bear. I mean, for all the money. Remember, she took that money from somebody that said they were going to give her the money to take the cat to the vet, and she didn't do it right away. Remember when the first time she's on OnlyFans, she promised content. She took everybody's money. And then she says, just go take the loss and weep. Her life philosophy is your happiness is not my responsibility. And the other thing she tells everybody all the time is too fucking bad for you. So that would be some just desserts. And someone else said she's a scammer. Yes, she is a scammer. She's always using YouTube to drive people to other platforms, which I don't know how she got away with that for as long as she did. And when she went to OnlyFans, she promised streams of just chatting and dirty stuff. And she gave up on the streams immediately. He says, I can't make it work. Please go over to Patreon and we'll try that for a few minutes. The Patreon was already set up. That takes hours of work to set that thing up. That's a total scam. And how does she make these scams happen? By exploiting platforms. So if she was going to show up at OnlyFans and do her streams and do this every 15 minutes, okay, great. She directed everybody to Patreon. I don't know how to make OnlyFans work. I don't know what to do. That's exploiting, that's the bait and switch. It's not technically criminal. It's still scammer activity. So, like when you say you're further on in your comments about people have to work so hard, yeah, hasn't she had enough of a run as it is? I'm just making conversation with Yabbas. I'm making conversation with Frenchie's comments, and there's a lot of what Frenchie has to say that I agree with. That's like adult conversation. You can disagree here and there. So yeah, she sent people over there so she could be double dipping immediately. So if anybody should be ending up on welfare, yeah, Chantel. Yeah, she's harvesting the herd, as I say. So now I'm going to let me get that off of there. Remove from studio and share video file.
Where is our first page?
Hang on. Yeah, so moving on. What we're doing here tonight is borrowing Frenchie's footage because Frenchie has taken the initiative to play some Patreon. Now, I've joined up to the Patreon. Yeah, I've got no pity. Reading exactly that. Let me go back. Okay, so I don't agree with him making promises. No one forces people to arrive in. Yeah, I got to get this comment in here. Yeah, I saw that where Chantel says, I will go to the media if possible. Wow. This is what happens when you do drugs all the time. You start talking like Chantel. She will go to the media if she has to. Can you imagine what that's like? I've run in 15 elections since 2006. independently or for two small parties, libertarians and the none of the above direct democracy party. I already know what it's like to contact the media with a legit gripe that you're not being let into a debate and say, that's not fair. They don't pay attention. If Chantel thinks she's going to phone up the local CBC affiliate or any independent media, it's like, hi, I'm Chantel. Yeah, I got yeeted from YouTube. I'm not going to repeat what she did because I don't want those words coming out of my mouth when I'm on camera. And it's like, yeah, so I got yeeted for this, and all I want to do is I want a bees. Does she really think that they're going to pick up the story and then confront YouTube for this idiot excuse for a human who sits around all day long picking her nose on camera and getting high? Yeah, she's delusional. And so she's going to go to the media. So getting back to Frenchie. So there's a clip I'm going to play later on, which is a little bit boring legal stuff that Frenchie dug up of a guy who wanted to react to Nicocado Avocado, and he went behind a paywall at Patreon. And once you pay, you can go in and react. Because in Canada, we're protected by fair dealing, which is also part of the Canadian Copyright Act, that you can criticize things. It's just that when it's in YouTube, we all get it for free. It's like an ecosystem. We can just reach out and say, I'm going to react to this. So being behind a Patreon paywall doesn't mean that the fair use stops working. You just got to pay for it. So Frenchie's has done this first, and I'm going to be following soon thereafter because I've joined Patreon, and I'm going to start grabbing the footage from Patreon. So kudos to Frenchie for being brave enough to do it first. And so what I'm reacting to now is Frenchie footage. I don't think there's any chance Frenchie's going to strike me for using her footage. This is like now 100% YouTube footage that was been published by Frenchie as a reaction to Chantel's material on Patreon. So it's 100% safe. Now, I'm not going to carry on always borrowing Frenchie's footage. I'm going to start reacting to Chantel straight out of Patreon because now I'm a customer too. So what we have now with the 111 folks here is that Chantel is going to talk shit about me as well as others. So it looks like I've made the big time then. So this is Frenchie footage, and let's just run it and react to it, which also includes Chantel footage. So we'll just we'll just listen to Frenchie reacting, and then when I can get an opportunity to do a little bit, I will. So this goes, I think this is about 20 minutes. Let me just stop yakking. Let me stop yakking, play it, and then I can yak later.
Here is our first Patreon thing. I don't know. So this was our Gorl on Patreon last night, just after, it was like 12:30. Baked, doing her thing. Feels like old times, eh? It's like,
yeah, see, look, we got good comments already. Like, there's war carrying on right now. And Chantel believes that we're going to pay attention to her and her channel and her little fight with YouTube. And hello, Alex Glitter Queen.
but it even looks, it's like a YouTube video. What's changed?
Yeah, it's right. Frenchie's right. It's just like a YouTube video. Nothing has changed. So again, kudos to Frenchie for being the first that I know of who's playing the stuff. And she's a Patreon customer, and I am too. It's just I've been so busy with other stuff, so I'll be pulling the footage out of Patreon directly pretty soon.
Fuck all. I knew this was gonna happen. A couple of days of a break, and we sort of didn't even get one. And she'd be back to the same old, and we'd be back to the same old. It was Cynthia with the exclamation point. Okay, it was Cynthia. Awesome.
No, I don't think so. Foodie Beauty Reaction Channel is Canadian. I remember he used to be a fan and help me out and shit. And now he's a fucking piece of shit.
What a revolting toddler personality. It's like, if you have a disagreement with him, he said, yeah, when giving her stuff, it's like, yeah, it's good. And then now it's just a piece of shit. That's the way she dismisses everybody. Yeah, I used to be a fan. Like, let me move in a little bit. I don't know which one. It's like there's arguments to be made for like me being back here or being up here. Well, it's a Foodie Booty reaction channel, so like I'll stay here. Like I just think that food is funny, and my favorite food channels are Healthy Junk Food with JP and Julia. They're hilarious, and they have millions of subscribers and millions of views on their videos. Not every one. Yet they get hundreds of thousands of views. That's my idea of a fun channel. And Matt Stoney, who's a competitive eater, he's funny too, and he eats tons of food really fast. I just think that it's entertaining to me. And so back when Chantel was like and whoever did that is really talented. It certainly wasn't Chantel. That even has the noise of an old LP record in the background. That was a really well done introduction. You know that Chantel just paid somebody to do it, and they gave her a great product. And back then, I thought Chantel was halfway funny, and because she's in the same province, back when I had my other food game channel on, I was like, you know, there could be a collab there. And people warned me. They said she's not who you think she is, and I said, well, whatever. I wasn't that much of a fan. I was a halfway casual fan. I wasn't fiercely invested in her channel because she's not super funny or super talented. I never said her channel was great. It was just, halfway entertaining, funny. One of her subs gave her that name, Foodie Beauty. I didn't know that. So I, like others people, would say, stop eating so much and try to, take some exercise. And then I realized over time that she wasn't interested in any of this. And it was all an act. That's a big part of my channel. It's an act. Not my channel's an act. It's like Chantel's an act. Like she's trying to lose weight. She's not trying to lose weight. She tries and she falls off the wagon and tries. And it's just like Amber Lynn. When Amber Lynn goes in there, says she's going to, by golly, I've got the right diet. I'm going to give it a try this time. And she falls off. If you keep doing that over and over and over, it's an act. And Chantel's stories started to get dirtier. The TMI stories. Oh, it's TMI. Okay, so TMI means too much information, like a little bit, which is a little risque. Her stories about TMI were not just a little bit too much information. They were just outright fucking gross. And then I saw the footage. You used to watch too. Then she turned dark. Like, I finally saw the footage of her threatening to phone. In the United States, it's Child Protective Services, right? And in Canada, it's a Children's Aid Society. It's a private company that is somehow funded by government money. And if you send them up somebody's ass and they show up at the house and the family is fighting, the kids are going to disappear. So that's a horrible thing for Chantel, who threatened to send the Children's Aid Society to a family just because some woman beat her in an argument. And so Chantel thinks, if you're mean to me, therefore you don't allow to have your kids and I will destroy your family. Yeah, those people that warned me, they were right. Chantel's fucking evil. She's a monster. She doesn't show up at a bank with a gun, say, give me the money. Yet she was willing to destroy a family and to put children through huge suffering by making a bad call to the Children's Aid Society. And that's when I started like, you know what? These people are right. She's not like this funny little mukbanger. And so I withdrew my interest in her channel and being a fan. And when she finally, the first video reaction I made here was when she went on camera and she's like this. She's like this. I know that you may be sad to hear. I am no longer going to be doing any more unhealthy mukbangs. I know that's what you're here for. And if that's it, I guess you just have to move on. I have made the decision of no more unhealthy mukbangs. That's the first one I reacted to. And she's sitting there with her hair as greasy as can be in like a dirty top. And I'm like, that's it. I'm making a reaction channel. That's when I started. Yeah, I'm just getting a few comments here. So, and because, like most other people who are not evil, we recoil from evil. So in so doing, to recoil from evil, in Chantel's book, that makes you a piece of shit.
They're just gonna report me everywhere for no fucking reason.
You're a fucking scammer. You know? So if there are reporting tools on other platforms that say there's anything you want to report, that's part of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. We're allowed to express ourselves. We don't need your permission. And it's not a crime to talk about other people. That's not criminal harassment.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. Last night there was a whole bunch of people trying to report her new platforms and stuff. It's like, fuck off. I don't know. My opinion. Nicola Todd, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my god, she'll lose her shit.
I guess she's the freak that calls the stores.
Even though she was stuffing her face with food, what she said there was, he's the freak that calls the stores. I'm the freak that calls the stores. I phoned one store, a grocery store, food, in when the pandemic was even worse than it is now. And Chantel was, bleh, 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 bleh. I know I'm repeating myself a bit, but I'm reacting to the footage of her saying that about me now. I'm the freak that phoned stores, phoned one store. When you were sitting there, bleh, 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 bleh. Stay out of the grocery store. And she goes in anyway. And she's making money. You know, here's Chantel. You know, I got a prop for tonight. Here's Chantel. Hey, look. Yeah, guys, yeah, yeah. You're on the Chantel show, whether you want to be it or not. You're making Chantel money, whether you like it or not. This stupid stoner scammer is putting you on a live stream, whether you like it or not, because Chantel says it will be done. Fuck that shit. Yeah, I phone the store. You don't have permission to do that on private property. And if you want to keep it all business, cut the store owner in for a share of the profits. Or fuck off and don't do it. Bring her back up here. No, he's the weirdo. He's the freak that phones the stores. And there were signs on the store's doors saying, if you are any kind of sickness, anything even close to COVID, turn around and leave. And she's got all the money in the world. Get your damn groceries delivered. I phoned one store. I'm not the guy. See how Chantel lies? She says phones the stores. So that could be anything from 2 to like 200. I phoned one. And the store owner thanked me for having done it. And I protected people from your sick ass, which could have been carrying COVID for all we know. And for all we know, you were carrying it, infected somebody and killed them for all we know.
So stupid, Mistress Rebecca. The male Charlie. It's a he, an old fat, gross he.
An old, fat, gross he. Okay, well, I'm not Brad Pitt. Not too bad. Anyway, that's what she applied to Hussey. Because Hussey looks like he's in his 60s and he looks like he's rough. And when he goes on camera, he puts the camera in like this. And that's what she applied to him. And so she applies it to me. I'm not that old. And I'm not that rough looking like Hussey. And I don't want to be mean and make comments about Chantel's appearance. I don't talk about her being fat. I don't talk about her appearance. I talk about her immoral behavior. This channel, you guys know, is not me saying, oh, you're so fat. That's not what this channel is about. Ugh. And she tried to portray herself like some innocent, defenseless ingenue, and not the foul-mouthed beast that she is. And so she just copied and pasted her complaint about Hussey and applies it to me.
You used to eat fucking dog food out of a can, for real.
Stop calling people fat, old, and gross, ma'am.
You see, if Frenchie really hated, well, I never said she ever did. If Frenchie was angry with me, she would have said, "Yeah, I gotta say it. You're right, Chantel." Actually, Frenchie sort of came to indirectly to my defense and said, "Chantel, don't you be calling anybody fat, old, and ugly." So, yeah, and like I said, Frenchie is sort of, in a way, you could almost say, sort of taking my side because right now Chantel's talking about me, so I've made the big time at last. So who's Chantel to judge anyone?
Look at this pause. You ate Rolos out of a dumpster. Why you judging what people eat? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. She did eat Rolos out of a dumpster. Like I could see getting some things out of a dumpster that might have some practical use. To eat Rolos out of a dumpster, that's pretty low. I can't even remember if I did that stunt with the food or not. I think it might have been like, a label put onto another label of something and eating a can. I can't even remember because that channel has been closed for like more than 2 years. And she's going to talk about it more as if it's going on right now. She's going to mention the name of that old channel I had, and I bleeped it out. So, I mean, I can talk about it. I'm just not going to mention it by name. And what she says is just not accurate.
Scoop Canadian, thank you for the super chat. Who coddled who when the May incident happened? Exactly. Well said.
I'm okay. His history in Kiwi Farms. He tried to be a politician but failed because he's insane.
Well, technically speaking, I could bring a claim against her for libel. Like, insane? I think I'm carrying myself pretty well if I'm insane, right? And I'm operating the graphic design programs and the editing and the computer and everything else. And if you want to talk politics, because she raised it, in Canada, it's the Liberals or the Conservatives. In the United States, it's the Democrats and Republicans. In England, it's the Tories and the Grits. It's the whole civilized world has been, falsely divided into like a party that's a little bit on the left and a little bit on the right. Guess how many people get to run for those parties if you're interested in politics? It's like 0.0000000000000. Almost nobody can run. And you have to be so well connected and so willing not to challenge your own party. I mean, that's the reason why people refuse to vote, because they're all the same. I've run independently. I've also run for 2 smaller parties, the none of the above Direct Democracy Party and the Libertarians. So it wasn't that I got involved in politics and I couldn't get elected because I was insane. It's because, well, in the United States, you all have the Libertarians. And there's also the Green Party, which is actually managing to get some people elected around the world. If you're with a smaller party and you don't get elected, it doesn't mean that you failed because you're insane. I mean, you can't even have an adult conversation with Chantel. I mean, the mind of a 12... No, it's the mind of a petulant 12-year-old at very best.
He's a hoarder.
Ugh. Like, this is another problem I got with Kiwi Farm. She goes, he's a hoarder. Ugh. Kiwi Farms, while they expose some things with some people, they're not a deep and credible source of factual information by any stretch of the imagination. So somebody says, I'm a hoarder, and she goes, oh, he's a hoarder. See, this is the face of an idiot. Not me, this one. This one over here. No, not Frenchie. I mean Chantel. Get it over here. No, just... Okay, so no, and I don't mean D. Higgins either. Okay, so never mind the Frenchie logo off to the left, the Frenchie avatar. This is the face of an idiot. Okay, she said, "Oh, he's a hoarder." Ugh. What? Because somebody on fucking Kiwi Farm says so. This is a stupid person instantly believing whatever they're told. So the place that I had was a bit of a mess. It doesn't mean I'm a fucking hoarder. Anyway, it's just so ridiculous. It just let's move on a little bit more of yeah, it's completely unreliable. And as somebody just said here, yeah, who's the hoarder? Chantel. Yeah, Amazon Box Mountain, and she says I'm the hoarder. Let's keep going.
He used to be.
She just mentioned the name of my old food game channel, and that's the one that Yabba stabbed me in the back over without even talking. And that channel has been closed for like 2 years.
Heck, gee. I'm gonna get you for fucking harassment, you weirdo.
Oh, you are? Well, let me move in a little bit. Chantel, phoning a grocery store is not criminal harassment. And making a bad call to the police is a crime. It's called criminal mischief. While you can treat the emergency room as if it's a set piece, the police service in your province, we are in the same province, you can't use them as your amusement for the good of your channel. If you make a bad call on somebody, that's a crime, criminal mischief. All right? And you say you're gonna get me for harassment for phoning a grocery store. She's unemployable. And if Frenchie is still watching, it's like, I want the entertainment value of this unemployable wildebeest, in her mother's basement where she belongs. Yeah, calling a grocery store is not a crime. Making a bad call to the police is a crime.
She's just coming for everyone. Sitting there, jumping from platform to platform, desperately, fingers crossed about her repeal, and threatening the shit out of everybody who has anything to say about her right now.
You see, that's a nice thing about what Frenchie did with her comment there, is she was, letting Chantel have it for threatening everybody with everything. Like, she could have said that, yeah, the FBRC guy is a jackass. No, that's why I'm glad I apologized, right? I mean, we can have a few differences of opinion. Yeah, we don't have to be enemies. I mean, all adults can have differences of opinion anyway. That's just common sense. You don't need to tell me that. You don't need me to tell you that. It's just that it was a nice comment from Frenchie, which she said that, here's Chantel coming for blaming everything on everybody.
She will never learn a lesson. She will never humble herself even a little bit. Chantal's magically invisible therapist. Thank you for the super chat, Frenchie. I'm real. You just gotta believe. I don't believe. I don't believe. I want to see the receipts.
And see, there is where Frenchie and I can agree. There's Chantel's magically invisible therapist, and what the person says is, you just got to believe. And Frenchie doesn't believe. You see, Frenchie and I are on the same page there. I don't believe that the Chantel's seeing a therapist. There's no progress. There's no instructions that she's following. Chantel just wants to have an imaginary dramatic life. And as Frenchie was talking about, all these normal people have to work so hard, especially in this economy with COVID messing everything up, that Chantel somehow separates herself. And it's like, oh, I got to go see the therapist. Oh, I don't know what to do. I definitely need to see the therapist. They're like, you're not seeing any therapist. You're just pretending you're overwhelmed with problems, when really the only thing that Chantel has to worry about is, when's the next time to go load up on Lemon Z.
The Bandit, thank you for the super chat. Poo-poo's in the kitchen. Indeed. This is some of the biggest poo-poos there's been for a while. This is full-ass crackhead Olympics back in effect. She's gone to the cops. The fucking charges. We're talking about Dee Dee is back. Well, Dee Dee never left, but I mean, she doesn't have to hide anymore. Ooh. Crackhead Olympics Patreon version. I don't know. The Patreon running of the Crackhead Olympics. That's it. That's what it is. Stella, hey Stella, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Mrs. Rebecca, you have no idea. Like, cuckoo. Not the good way. Watch, this will piss him off. He'll go strike me somewhere else. I'm gonna strike your channel too, pal.
Oh, have you struck my channel, Chantel? Have you? That's funny. Nobody from YouTube has talked to me. You've struck my channel. Is that right, Chantel? Have you? This was days ago. Well, what are you going to strike it for? Reacting to the crazy things that you do? You know, the Beezers are getting refunds for their memberships, and her channel remains flatlined for violating the nudity and sexual guidelines. That's too much to violate and come back, Chantel. Yeah. So, yeah.
God, the way she's eating. When you have to roll your head back to keep the food in your mouth, you know you put too big of a bite. How's that? Fair? She fucking cocks her head back the way my little dog eats like that sometimes. He's a pig. But it's so that the food won't fall out of his mouth. My God, slow down. There's something very interesting with Chantal too. She could be raging, like she's full ass pissed off right now, and then someone's telling her that Foodie Beauty Reaction Channel is reporting her new platform. She will rage eat.
Well, you see, as I said earlier, like the title here was a little bit clickbaity. Where I said, "Oh, Frenchie won't mention my name," only for that little clip where she didn't say, "I don't want to mention the name," and later on she did mention it. So at least I admitted that it was a little bit clickbaity, and I explained it all too. And I'm glad Frenchie did mention my name later on. So that's all cool.
You ever seen people rage eat? She rage eats the shit out of stuff. She's so aggressive. My God, it's not going anywhere. Relax. Jeez, man. It's the same way, you know, you ever seen Koki? Sometimes he's cooking in the kitchen, he's chopping shit up and he's actively cooking or sitting there to eat and he's fucking raging about something. It's so uncomfortable. Who wants to yell for 20 minutes and then be like, okay, let's eat? Oh yeah, I have such a huge appetite after listening to you scream for 20 minutes. I really want to eat the fucking bowl full of slop that you just put down in front of me. Oh, these people are fucking nuts. Bonnie Pepperoni, thank you for the super chat, girl. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a good weekend.
Why is he trying to take down my Patreon now? This is harassment. Oh my God, I need to call the
This is the Frenchie footage.
Spinning into fucking oblivion.
Frenchie's footage had a little bit of a problem there, so she's gonna refresh it anyway. So she says, like, "Oh, what are you trying to deplatform for me? Why did you try to take down Zachary Michael? Why?" And that was like what, a couple years ago? You think Chantel's gonna take a question like that? If somebody in her chat says, "Why would you try to take down Zachary Michael? Why?" And all the toddler would be able to say is, "I don't like what he's saying about me." Well, everybody's got, you know, the right to say whatever they want to, as long as they're not calling for violence or destruction or theft of property. You can say whatever you like. Oh, there's one other thing. If you go into a teenager website like you did, Chantel, and you start talking to people who are less than half your age, what was the age of the first one? 17. Chantel's going to be 38 on the 28th of this month. So 17, that's 34. Yeah, the first one she talked to was less than half her age. Those are some of the things you can't do around here, Chantal. So, Frenchie, this is Frenchie's footage with Chantel from Patreon, if you're just coming in now. And so she's going to correct that thing, and I'll just react to it when it's straightened out.
How dare this thing cut off her line of insanity? Wait a minute, I need to refresh.
Okay, well, thanks for coming by, Dee. And I hope you had fun this evening. And that's awesome. And oh, Juicer had a good comment there. Yeah. I've got to drop. Is this talking about Juicer? Juicer. Well, that's where the money drops. Juicer. I expect to be here for March 22nd when she doesn't get her money. Okay, so you are going. Okay, well, take care, D. Alrighty. Thanks for coming by. And back to the Frenchie footage that I'm reacting to. And thanks again to Frenchie for being pretty much the first one to play the Patreon footage. Bye, D. Higgins!
Me every single day, fuck with my real life, and then have the nerve down. I would like to seriously know that. Why is he trying to take down my Patreon now? This is harassment. Oh my god, I need to call the cops on this guy. He's never gonna stop.
Okay, phew. Okay, there we were. That was the moment. I need to.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, Frenchie. It's more like Chantel, you're never going to stop faking illnesses for money. That's immoral. You're evil. And there's more that we can do than just, well, if you don't like it, don't watch. Well, when someone's faking illnesses for money, how about we speak out against it in addition to not watching? Or how about we just do a reaction channel so nobody has to watch your shit from the original source and make you money? How about we just react to it and speak out against it? How about we do that too? How about taking an active role in you faking illnesses for money? How about that? And you getting high and driving and being a danger to other people. And as Charlie Gold, the first time I mentioned Charlie Gold's name tonight, I think, as Charlie Gold took an active role by speaking out against you hitting that teenager website and talking to minors. How about we speak out against it and see what happens, and then you don't have a job anymore? How do you like that? Guess what? It's not a crime to do so.
Call the cops on this guy. So everybody's either getting sued or she's calling the cops on you. Foodie Beauty Reaction Channel is reporting her Patreon, and she is going to call the cops on him. What is this? You call the cops on one person, you go to the cops, and it unleashes like Pandora's box of everybody's just cops. Is that how it works?
Yeah. See, these are good comments from Frenchie. See, I'm agreeing with Frenchie. Like we could agree on some things, have a little disagreement on something else. Everything's cool. Like, what's YouTube gonna do? Put up an advisement? If there's something that's on another channel you don't like, phone the local police about it. They don't have enough time to hunt down the bank robbers and the murderers, and like now they're going to be like investigating YouTubers. I haven't been to the Ottawa area for years and years and years and years and years and years, and she's claiming criminal harassment.
Jesus. I had been calling her Narc Marie. Tanashi 6'9". Maybe we weren't so far off with that shit.
No, I didn't have a date, but
Karen Pondu in effect. Oh my god, one party roulette. That's funny.
this guy I was talking to just reported Foodie Beauty Reaction Channel. Yeah, seriously, how do they let him on YouTube, but they take me down?
See, she's talking about me. How flattering. How do they allow me and they take her down? Well, because I keep my fat white ass behind a pair of pants. And that's just one thing that you would do, is flash your bare ass to the camera. And the rest of you, like, remember when she met up with that Carly Steele woman, and after the hotel afterwards, Chantel leaves her camera, her phone on the floor, and then she walks over top of it wearing just underwear. That's part of the reason why you're out of here, Chantel. That's why I have a channel and you don't. I want to say, here's another one. I don't sit around and smoke drugs all day long like you do. One of the last things I saw her do was show off a fancy, expensive new vape thing and say, oh, where's this been? That's another reason. That's why I still have a channel. That's why Zachary Michael still has a channel. Why Frenchie still has a channel. And why Charlie Gold still has a channel. And you're never going to get that 100,000K plaque that you wanted. And Charlie's already got it. And Charlie's a verified channel too. Not for Chantel. It is. That's why I still have a channel. And I provide, I have to take, like Frenchie and other reactors, we take notes, we work on this stuff to make it entertaining. And you just sit there and drool in front of a $2,000 iMac and tell dirty stories and get high and then do things that are against terms of service. That's why we have our channels and you don't have yours.
I would like to seriously know that.
Well, I just told you seriously why. So now you know then.
Well, ma'am, do you need a list? Like, we're not gonna get into it. It's pretty fucking obvious. Okay, girl, shut up. Shut up. What?
See, I'm digging Frenchie's commentary. It's like, we have to tell you why. Do you want a list? Shut up. Shut up. See, that's why I just try to make friends with everybody in the reaction community, because Chantel is the bad guy. Everybody else, we're on the good guy side, you know? Dang right, she's an awful YouTuber. And you know what, Chantel, you've had your good long run. And what some people would say to me, the reason why she doesn't get taken down is she makes money, and the reaction channels make money. Guess what, Chantel? We're in the reaction community, and I got some super chats tonight. And YouTube takes 30%, and that's cool. So YouTube's still making money, even with you off the system. So it can still work without you, piece of garbage. You had a good long run. And so you finally did something. YouTube, I don't think, because in the grand scheme of things, she's not a big channel. You know, the big channels have got millions and millions of subs and millions of views. And she finally did something that even her fans cannot explain away. And I think YouTube didn't want to disappoint her audience more than yeeting Chantel as they could have done earlier. And so now if she does this, now they don't need a greater excuse. They've got one, which is okay. They can take 30%. Funky butt love. Okay, I'll put you up here. There you go, funky butt. I don't mind. It's okay. If they took 50%, it'd still be a good deal. And here comes Carew Ross, our bat enthusiast, to prove the point. Look at this, Chantel. See? This whole... Carew Ross, thank you very much, just provided money to myself and to YouTube. So YouTube continues to make money, and everything is profitable. It works without Chantel being here. Without Chantel being here. Zoom in on the kitty cat. It works without Chantel being here. Super JK, Super JK, and thanks for blessing us, Carew Ross. We hope to bless you, man. Super JK, Super JK, Super JK. Okay, I'm beckoning good luck. Like that. I'm beckoning good luck to you, Carew Ross. Thanks very much. Thanks. 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 Thank you very much, Super Chat Cat, and thank you, Carew Ross. Carew Ross, dancing machine over here. Now let's get back to this footage that I'm borrowing from Frenchie.
He's just annoying. You're a fucking menace to society. It's
Oh, Frenchie. You hear Frenchie? She says, I'm just annoying. That's okay. That's not all that bad. Says I'm just annoying. Well, I hadn't apologized to her back then, so I just have done so now. And I don't believe that Frenchie would disagree with me that what Yaba did to me was not deserved. So we've taken care of all of that. And she did point out that while I was annoying, Chantel is a menace to society.
big difference. Just saying. Nancy P, thank you again for the super chat, girl.
I just...
Oh, God, the fake therapist. I'm so dumb. That joke went right over my head. My bad.
These effing morons use my content, harass me every single day. Fuck.
That's not harassment. That's what she would say with everybody that would react to it. It's harassment. I've already explained what harassment is. It's personal involvement, not phoning a grocery store. It's direct personal involvement, showing up at the door, following from place to place, hanging around the house, phoning, that kind of shit. And we're paying somebody to do it. And doing it after the other party says, don't contact me ever for any dang reason. So she doesn't have that. There's no criminal harassment. And having a reaction channel isn't harassment either. Because every time a reaction channel makes a video, it's not like somebody comes to her door and kicks it in and says, "You're going to watch this." No.
With my real life and then have the nerve to bite the hand that feeds them.
Oh, she's so full of herself, huh? Have the nerve to bite the hands that feeds them? I just got fed by Carew Ross. Here, let me bring this back up. The nerve to bite the hands that feeds them? Carew Ross just fed YouTube and me at the same time. And it all works without Chantel being on YouTube. Bye, Chantel. No one needs you. Bye. You can do your little Patreon things. You know what's funny with the Patreon? She's got like about 150 people watching. You won't be able to go live at 3 o'clock in the morning and type in spaghetti bees and have like 2,000 people show up. And then by the end of the day, you'll have another, 18,000 views. So for like 20,000 views, 4 hours long of you smoking dope and eating pasta. That's not going to happen anymore, Chantel. Nobody needs you. This wasn't the only super chat I got tonight either. So that bite the hand that feeds? Get the heck out of here. And same hold true for Frenchie. She might be watching this reaction. I hope she's digging it. Don't need you, Chantel, to make it work. You can stay off this platform. Everybody's getting fed. Oh, the nerve to bite the hands that feeds them. And thanks again for Frenchie for when I get done with this portion, I'm going to play you the portion that Frenchie shared where it's explained how you can you don't all have to do it. Let us in the reaction channels do it. We come up with $13.50 a month. We can go into Patreon and pull this footage out and react to it just like before. So yeah. Oh, how dare they? The bite the hand that feeds. If anybody should be asking themselves about biting the hand that feeds them, it should have been Chantel in her relationship with YouTube. She's criticized YouTube in the past, and we know she's allowed Pete's to criticize YouTube, and she doesn't take that footage down. I want to talk about biting the hand that feeds. I remember one time she said she was going to sue YouTube if she ever had her channel taken away because it would be discrimination against fat people. That's horseshit. And right now, while she should be groveling before them, she says, I'm going to consider going to the media. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. As if the media's going to pick up that story and run with it, and YouTube's going to be worried that Chantel is going to the media.
And take me off of YouTube. Are they? There's people that are insane that should really not be on YouTube.
Talk about projection, huh? Do I even have to say anything? There's insane people who should not be on the platform. There. I'm pointing up over Frenchie, and I'm pointing at Chantel. Yeah, there's one. Chantel.
Oh, she's so smug. She's so smug. Just the way she words things while she's the only person who's now lost the platform. Bites the hand that feeds you. Is that, oh, take it down enough. And then she stuffs a chip in her mouth. And, oh my God. Chill.
I will be reporting him.
Oh, okay, you will be reporting me? Nothing's happening. That's because, my channel's clean. I don't do drugs on this channel. I don't do drugs, period, if you got money to waste on getting intoxicated, go with fine wine. It's a heck of a lot better. And a little bit of it is good for you, too. So you're reporting, huh? Yeah? Well, we'll keep talking, Chantel. What else do you have?
I'm suing him.
Oh, she's suing me. Yeah, you see this? I got 142 people here. Donate for. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just going to donate to the legal fund. There's no legal fund. So Chantel is suing me. You heard it here first with the footage from Patreon that Frenchie played a couple days ago. She's suing me. What are your damages? What are your damages? You pick your nose. You pick that. That's the least of what she does online. You pick your burp, fart, flash your bare ass on YouTube. She said her reputation was ruined, and she would never have another real job again. Remember when she was driving to get Pete's when she was answering what happened to BBJ, and she said that she would. I'm not going to say this with me on camera. Chantel said that she would never have another real job, and she would happily survive by giving people blowjobs for Burger King zesty sauce. That's what Chantel said. And what are your damages to your reputation? You have lowered your reputation of your own accord and do not have clean hands to show the judge that you are now held in far less regard than the average person. And you are the author of your own misfortune, as lawyers say. So what are your damages going to be? And I could go on about that for like an hour just on that alone. I don't want to bore you all. What damages do you have, Chantel, when you have done so many dirty things on camera and broken the terms of service with nudity, including doing illegal shrooms? No, you can't have those psilocybin. I don't even know how to say the word. Those magic mushrooms, and she ate them on camera. She's been getting away with things for a long time. There are no damages for you to claim. Yeah, there's Frenchie laughing at the idea of Chantel suing me. Got some good comments from Frenchie. Here we go.
Wait a minute. Everything's a lawsuit. I said it right. It's cops or lawsuits now. I will be reporting him to where? To where, ma'am? He's not sitting on Patreon. Where are you going to report him? Do you hear yourself? You sound nuts. And I'm going to sue him. I'm getting a shit ton of money at the end of my... Like, how much money do you think you're getting? And do you understand how much lawyers cost?
Lawyers, for a superior court action, it's about $5,000 Canadian for, of course, a Canadian lawyer to get started. For a superior court civil action, if you're going to sue somebody for a piece of property or for damages from a piece of equipment that screwed up your business, it's $5,000 just to sit down and talk and say, are you going to take this on? Even a paralegal is going to ask for like a couple of grand to start something up, and she's got to worry about holding on to the townhouse, and the income is gone. Because speaking as somebody who's Ontario, where the good things grow, we're not really employees of YouTube, an American company. Like the AdSense money and the super chats are just like a tip and getting lucky like every month with an audience. It's not something you're going to get unemployment insurance for. When it's gone, it's gone. And in the midst of all this, she's going to sue me. And of course, I think she's going to bring a claim against Charlie Gold too, right? Yeah, sure she is.
Because so far, just tonight, we've heard about, 17 lawsuits pending? Are you... It's not a question. You're fucking insane, man!
See, I'm so glad that I apologized to Frenchie at the top of this. Because in case you just joining us live now, if you go to the start of this after this live gets archived, I apologize to Frenchie, French Fried Gorl, for ever having said that her channel had jumped the shark because she's got so much energy and is a talented performer. just that joyous outburst she had in rebuttal to Chantel and what she had to say is I'm digging it,
Who would you even sue first? Do you just take all 17 names, put them in a little bowl and like pige? You pick one out and you open it up and you're like, I start with you.
That's funny, you see? See, when people would ask me, it's like, oh, did French Fry? I said I still think she's talented, and now that I've apologized, and that's why, I was trying to kiss up the Yabba. It was a mistake. And she puts all the lawsuits in a bowl. And there's Chantel. I start with you. You got to bring the claim. You got to serve it. You got to have a settlement conference. A pretrial settlement conference where the two parties get together in front of a judge and talk about if there's a possibility for settlement. That used to be discretionary. Now it's mandatory. Like as if you're going to show up in person for this, or you're going to set up a Zoom call. That's for small claims because her damages would be $25,000 or less if she was going to sue for anything to begin with. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do have a lot of civil experience because of all my political work. and you attract people who want to attack you for political reasons. And so I fought back, and that's why I know so much. And the idea of Chantel trying to bring a civil claim. And she also talks about these cease and desist letters. And Frenchie has a great comments on them too. And I'll add some comments there as well. I just noticed you got 156 folks here. And so please consider subscribing. And there's a lot of cool custom emojis that you get for $1.99 a month if you become a channel member. And by the way, Chantel, your custom emojis sucked and nobody ever used them.
Good luck.
I don't know. I didn't watch his videos. I can't go to his channel. I can't look at his face. I can't. He makes me rage. That's how much I hate him. Like, I fucking hate him. I can't believe that I even had feelings for this guy, ever.
Yes, Chantel. And those feelings you had for me will remain private. Okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I think she's talking about Natter now. It's just like her brain is so scattered. Like there was no edits in there. It looks like she's talking about me. What's she talking about? She can't believe she ever had feelings for me. What the hell? No, that is her scattered brain. I just want to have a bit of fun with the footage because there's no edits in it. It looks like, technically speaking, she says, of course, she's looking at her chat too, right? And somebody said here that she wants to take the computer back. Who said it? What else would they find on that iMac? Somebody said that she says she wants to reformat the computer and take it right back. There it is. She wants to format the iMac and return to factory reset during 2 legal investigations. Oh, is she taking it back? Or she wants to take it back? Okay. I can't keep track of everything she does. Well, I don't believe that there's anything going on between her and Natter, and she dual life make a blah, blah, blah. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Getting back to this footage. Yeah, I thought that's yeah, I thought she meant me. I can't believe I ever had feelings for him. That kind of attention I don't need.
But last night I was video chatting with him. Stop trying to pretend like in a day you get over it, okay? You're as hung up as you were yesterday. You just you're a little fucked up today because you saw Dee Dee at the police station and realized that you had been played again. My God. Incognito, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it.
Good, Paige. I'm going to be getting a lawyer, drafting up those cease and desist.
You can already hear Frenchie starting to laugh. A cease and desist. And what Frenchie has to say with cease and desist is accurate. Not that I'm I'm not a member of the Law Society of Upper Canada. That's the Professional Association of Lawyers and Paralegals in the province of Ontario, Canada. So I'm not pretending to be a professional in that regard. You can educate yourself very well without belonging to that. And a cease and desist letter. I mean, let's say you have a business and somebody is defaming your business with lies right across the street and handing out pamphlets and saying that you sell bad things to people you shouldn't be selling them to. And if you send a friend with a camera in his hat to walk up to this guy who's defaming your business with defamatory libel, with flyers, and the guy says, "Hey, you got to hear about this business. Take this flyer." And you take it, go, "Thank you." And you put the camera, "Oh, you said this guy sells bad things to people he shouldn't be selling." "Yeah, he's a real jerk." "Okay." And you fold up the flyer. You say, "Thanks for that." And you look right at him. "Yeah, that's good. That's good." You get him on video. It's like, Yeah, it sounds like that guy's a real bad guy. Yeah, he is, man. And you put that in your pocket. If you let a guy like that know, cease and desist. That's a first step to take if you know you're in the right and you're going to bring a claim against the guy. So when you finally get in front of the judge, you can say, I provided via process server a cease and desist letter. I asked him to stop doing this and he wouldn't do it. Therefore, I had no choice other than to bring this in front of a judge. So that's what a cease and desist is for. It's like a sort of a preliminary first step before you actually bring a claim, if you know that you've got a claim to bring. Chantel is approaching this like the toddler that she is, and she thinks that she can write up letters saying cease and desist. Like what? Contrary to which amendment is it? Well, you've got the Fourth or Fifth Amendment, whatever it is. It gives Americans the right to have free speech. And in Canada, it's the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which guarantees freedom of expression as well. So you can't just write up a cease and desist letter. But just look at her. Look at the idiot. I mean, she's high. She's eating with her hands like a toddler. Yeah. Where do I get those letters? And you think it's that easy? You send a letter saying cease and desist, and we're not allowed to talk about you, and we set aside the Canadian Charter, the Fourth Amendment, Fifth. Whatever gives Americans the right in the Constitution to have freedom of speech, and here the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, it gets set aside because Chantel says she doesn't like what you're saying. Oh, wow. So now Frenchie's going to laugh at it and say pretty much close to the same thing.
So leave me the F alone. Go back to doing mukbangs in your scummy, filthy fucking apartment.
My earpiece had to fall out right there. So she says, leave her the fuck alone. See, it seems like she's talking all about me. So when she said back there, I can't believe I ever had feelings for him. It looks like that, to be fair and honest, I think her head is scattered all over the place, and she's reading her chat, replying to that. However, there are no edits there. So she says, go back to doing your stupid mukbangs. That channel has been closed for 2 years. And she's telling me, go back and do that. I'm not there. Just channel's been closed for 2 years, okay? This channel is it's getting close to 2 years old. And she's telling me go back and do that when I'm doing this.
Here's what I would do if I was Chantal. Now, she doesn't have to take my opinion, but I think I'm pretty logical and rational with my money. Cease and desist don't do anything. Okay? I'm not trying to act like or telling anyone to be like a little bitch, and if they get a cease and desist to like not respect it. I'm just saying a cease and desist doesn't do anything. All you're doing is asking somebody to stop speaking about you or whatever. They don't have to respect it, listen to you. There's nothing legally binding in a cease and desist. All it implies is that if the person, let's say, wouldn't stop talking about you, you may be serious enough to go further with that. Okay. If you're going to be paying lawyers to be drafting up a cease and desist for 17 people, where will the money be to then follow through with even one of those lawsuits? Don't waste the stamps. Don't waste the fucking like bailiffs it would take to go and like serve people these fucking cease and desist. You're going to hopefully get one more paycheck at the end of the month. Hold on to that like you don't even have it. Put it somewhere and pretend like you don't even fucking have it. Eat dry beans. Make your fucking lentil soup. Shit like that. And pretend like you don't even have that last paycheck. Cease and desist and losses. On what planet are you living, ma'am? Because it certainly isn't the same one where my fucking feet are grounded on this earth. You're nuts, Chantal. For the first time in your adult life, think further than 2 weeks ahead. Keep that money, hold on to it like you're never getting any more. Because, I mean, Isabella, thank you so much for the super chat, girl.
That no one watches.
Oh yeah, so She here just said she was finishing off her comment about my old channel, which has been gone for 2 years, and she says go back to doing those food things with that channel that no one watches. Chantel, the channel has been closed for 2 years, and it's so she's imagining that I'm still doing it and saying, hey, that no one watches it. I haven't done it for 2 years. You don't even have to try sometimes. Chantel makes it too easy. Let me get another bubbly going. So no, Chantel, I'm not going to go back to doing that other channel that nobody watched because I haven't done it for 2 years. So don't tell me to go back and go do it. It's as if I'm suffering with that channel, and she thinks I'm doing it right now. And what can anybody say for that?
And leave me alone. My God, these people are insane. Ugh.
Why don't you leave Zachary Michael alone? You tried to take his channel down and you almost did. A really good channel with a lot of talent and work into it, and you hit him with 2 false copyright strikes in the middle of the night, and he was going to get hit with the 3rd one. And he just barely managed to save it. Because if somebody takes you down with false copyright strikes, 1, 2, 3, while you're asleep or away from your computer, you got to do a lot of work to put it back up. So Zachary Michael, when there was 2 strikes on there, he privated everything, and then he could communicate with YouTube with the channel still active, only with no videos on there. So Chantel, that's what you do to people, okay? And you said with your first OnlyFans video, which I have saved as a screen grab movie, that you wanted everybody to go attack Charlie Gold with flags. And you're telling me to leave you alone? Like I said earlier, I haven't been in the Ottawa area for years and years and years and years. You know, you come on here and lie about illnesses to make money, and you think it's criminal harassment for me to express myself on the same platform and say that you're a dirtbag for doing it, and for me to chronicle that you say you have these illnesses, and then you say you don't have them, then you say you have them again, and to say, look, there's nothing happening here. And with the illnesses she says that she does have, we cannot disprove that she doesn't have them. Sorry, we cannot disprove that she has them. Boy, yeah, that's the right way to say it. Okay, this is how it's tough to disprove a negative. Like if somebody says, we saw you over there selling illegal things, and you say, I wasn't there. Well, show us that you weren't there. How do I show you I wasn't there? So you have an alibi? So for all those illnesses she says she has, you can't disprove it. Because she says a fatty liver disease, how do we see that? If she says pulmonary embolisms, how do we see that? How do we see her diabetes? How do we see her C. diff for that matter? How do we see her asthma? So if you're going to fake illnesses for money and fake clinical depression and fake anxiety, and I express myself here and say that you're wrong for doing so, that's harassment to you, huh? Just like, you know, Charlie Gold is criminally harassing you too, and you're going to go after her as well, right? Not accurate.
Ugh.
Marvin, thank you so much for super chat. That's a great question. I've been racking my brain with that since I heard this. Frenchie, is Dax Marshall blocked? I don't know who the hell is Dax Marshall. I'm sorry, I have no idea. I would have to go in after the stream and check on the block was. I have no idea. Sorry, Marvin, thank you for the super chat. That is a great question. I was thinking about that since I saw this stream. Why I've never heard of something like that. Never, ever heard of something like that. Ever. And even if they were going to call you in for some kind of questioning, which is fucking weird, really fucking weird. First of all, why would Chantal have to go? And why would they like time that at the same time? That makes no sense to me. I've never heard of anything like that. And we live in the same problem. Like this is going down in Quebec. So I genuinely don't understand this.
I know. He's going to try and trigger me. Good luck when you're behind bars, moron. Oh. Kid just took her duty. Okay, Natter. Yep, $5.95 for the noodles, Natter. Okay, Natter.
So I think she's drifting in and out and talking about Natter from time to time with this.
So when these videos are on YouTube, then that are your videos from I don't know. I don't know, Holly. Honestly, good question. I mean, it really blows. But what can you do?
Oh my God. Nancy
No.
P, thank you for the super chat, girl.
You should have heard her today at the police station. Chantal, she had her purse. She was literally clutching her purse. I mean, if YouTube doesn't allow your content on there.
Okay, material such as that, that's where, I have a disagreement with some channels. She said she was at the police station, complained about Natter again, and while she's there, she happens upon Dee Dee. The odds of that happening are very low. Just want to put that in there. That doesn't mean you can't get along with other channels. You have a few disagreements here and there.
I don't like when she comes for Dee Dee in those like dirty ways that she does, but I love when she imitates Dee Dee's voice. Chantal? She does Dee Dee pretty good. I'm gonna give her that. Oh my God, Maurice Fondue, thank you so much for the super chat, girl. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I'm so excited that we're back into Crackhead Olympus. Like that I'm happy enough that we have live streams again and stuff to react to. But not only some boring shit, but like we're in the drama from day one, It's like you haven't trained in a month and suddenly you're not just going back to running slowly and slowly training. No, we are going Crackhead Olympics head first. Oh my God, Dax Marshall, you are not blocked because I see you and I wouldn't see you if you was blocked. I'm fine, y'all. I just love FFG and wanted her to know she's so funny. Thank you, Dax Marshall. I appreciate that. The chat just moves so fast and I move so slow. So I miss everything. It's my bad. Sorry.
Then they shouldn't allow it through other channels. Bingo. Like, I'm just waiting to hear what they say. They say yes. Thank you. They say no. It's on.
It's on. Like if YouTube. Oh, I don't want to say if. It's like, let us entertain for a moment the ridiculous idea from this maniac that YouTube is going to let her back. So she's going to like raise heck with everybody with false copyright strikes and asking her audience to false flag other channels. It's on. That's not what YouTube is for. Like, it's on. If you got something to say something. Providing false copyright strikes and asking people to false flag someone else's channel, where the heck do you get off thinking that you've got a right to do that, or that the privilege has been extended to you to do that on this platform? It's on. And if you don't get your channel back, in what way is it on? I mean, you said you're going to sue everybody, right? Well, you should have some intelligence at your disposal or a lot of money. And how are you going to do that from the vastly inferior platforms of OnlyFans and Patreon? Patreon was not set up to be a video platform. It was supposed to be like for artists who are saying, help me, send some money my way, and you get to keep most of it. The excitement of being on YouTube and the fun and the ease of which people can super chat is like you're watching a live, and it's like, yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, super chat. And you say, hey, thanks. There's some interaction. Patreon is so distant. And so it's on. You know, Chantel says it's, yeah, let her fill the screen. Look out, everybody. It's on. Let me play some more.
Oh, it's on. So if she gets her channel back, if her blah blah whatever appeal works, her blah blah, if her blah blah works, then fine, it's fine. And if it doesn't, oh, it's on. lawsuit, cease and desist all around. It's good though, because if let's say I get a cease and desist, I am running out of paper for the lie list. It's getting so long, I could use the back of the cease and desist to continue the lie list on, so that works out for me.
In influencer marketing, if you ever need help with things. Thank you. He's trying to bait me. I don't even care. I'm so not even fucking jealous, like, with her funny eyes.
You see, there was no edits in this material from Chantel, and she's talking about myself and Natter without like providing any guideposts as to when she's changing the subject. So sometimes she's talking about me, other times she's talking about him. There aren't any edits. This is just a stream, and this is Frenchie's material that she got from Patreon. And I'm going to play you a little bit more about Patreon and why we can begin taking footage. And it's just, sorry to say it twice. It's just now there's like more than double the people we started with. So I just want to let you know this is Frenchie taking the lead and playing the Patreon footage, and she explains how she got it. She became a Patreon. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with. I'll get to that later.
Goodbye. Good riddance. What do you think I want? Like, do you think I like having STDs and debt because of you? The fuck? That's
why I don't believe she ever got an STD from him, because it fits into a story that she's going to exploit over and over and over and over again. It makes the story seem exciting. Chantel to me is like just a lunatic with a dirty imagination, hanging around the house, getting high, and figuring out a way how to get easy money by lying about this stupid drama between herself and Natter. Well, the thing is, in Canada, you're allowed to purchase weed as long as you buy it from a government-approved dispensary. You still can't grow it in your backyard and give it away to a neighbor. You'll get in trouble. If you try to sell it for less than government prices, you'll get in trouble. You'll get in trouble. So in Canada, it's been decriminalized that the government is now the dealer. It just hasn't been. So it's been legalized, and that the government is the dealer now, heavily taxing this stuff. It just hasn't been decriminalized where you can just grow it yourself and give it away or sell it for less than government prices if it was a carrot or lettuce. So she's not breaking the law by being high all the time on camera. However, that's certainly against the terms of service, and that if you want to be member of the YouTube partnership program, why would the Ford Motor Company want to support the documentation of some stupid sloth, useless stoner, right? We got the new Ford F-150. It comes with this, that, and the other thing. We'll get right back to it after a few minutes with Chantel. Oh, my lemon Z. What? Plain cheeseburger. So that's not advertiser friendly. And let's say if it was about a guy drinking rum all the time, as I get into this bubbly. If a man was sitting around the house drinking hard liquor all day and saying it's legal, that wouldn't be part of the partnership program. She started out as a fun mukbang channel, and then it devolved to this. And YouTube let it slide for a long time. And now, after what she did clowning around in the teenager website with people who are less than half her age, now she's out of here. So that's a bit of a judgment call on the part of YouTube. Is there one that you can document yourself being high? I'm just going through some comments. Getting back to this.
STD is in debt.
Sarah. Who's going to talk about what, crazy? No, he's not going to talk about me because he'll be going to jail. Because he'll be. Oh,
Jesus Christ, Badusi. Thank you so much for the super chat. Badusi's Pondu, 3-tier stomach moose knuckle jizz. Whew, that was a mouthful. Say my name, Frenchie. Cleveland hot waffle. Google. Google at your own risk. I'm not Googling. Have a great weekend, Badusi. But you're fucking nuts, Badusi.
what an obsessed loser. Wait till I send him a cease and desist.
See, she's drifting in and out with talking with me and talking with Natter. And to remind you, there's no edits. So it's how do you follow the processes of a babbling stoner such as Chantel? So, yeah, I just wanted to speak to that.
How do people even watch him? Like,
Another season.
why are people so... Can anyone tell me, from an outside perspective, why people like to hate me so much?
It's not that people like to hate you. It's just that decent people want to speak out against dirtbags such as yourself who fakes illnesses for money, who gets high and drives a car, fakes clinical depression, fakes anxiety, gaslights her fans, promises when she went to OnlyFans to provide erotic entertainment, and she gave up on it and told everybody, too bad for you, just take the loss and weep. And even now with her kicked off of YouTube, and she promised streams and erotic content on OnlyFans. Then she said, "Oh, sorry, I'll go do the streams over here." And so she wanted to get double the income streams by scamming people. It's not that people hate you; it's just that they're speaking out against a grifter, a liar. There's more that we can do than just saying, "Well, if you don't like it, don't watch it." No, it's don't watch it unless you're watching it on a reaction channel and speak out against it. And like Charlie Gold, she was on it immediately. She Twittered about it when you were in that, meaning you, Chantel, were on that teenager website talking to kids less than half your age, and then live streaming it on YouTube. And that's not that we all hate you. It's just that you're making money by being immoral. Like just pour ice cream all over your head and just fart. You can do that. If you want to be straight up immoral, and even it's insufferable to answer her ridiculous questions. Why do people hate her so much? No, it's that we're making comment on someone who is a liar and scammer.
I want to know. FBRC.
See, now she's talking about me again, and there's no edits.
And like it. Hi, Serena. That was a surprise. I didn't know. The stream is not going to end soon. I had no fucking idea, Amy. It has to be because you remind them of themselves. What?
No, her beezers remind them. She reminds her beezers. Oh my gosh. Her beezers see themselves in her. That's what it is. It's not that, the reaction channel folks like Frenchie and myself, it's not because we see ourselves in Chantel. No. Because if we were those loser people, we'd be giving Chantel $5 a month and we'd be bothering YouTube. Please let her come back in bees. Let Chantel come back. So that is not it. Thanks very much, Cindy J. Yeah, and people like that just have to be cut off. Because I've had to deal with people such as that throughout the years. And I believe in giving people second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances. And a creature such as this takes advantage of good people and never brings anything back and has no gratitude. I mean, her attitude, like I don't believe that she's fighting with Natter. I think it's all fake. Okay. You can agree with me or disagree with me. Material of this type, when she's been cut off from YouTube, and the way she's acting towards it, like this isn't acting now. She genuinely feels that she hasn't done anything wrong, which is sociopathic and narcissistic, and that she expects an income from her audience to like just show right up. And she's not apologizing or doing anything wrong. She says she was set up. There's no way she was set up because those teenagers were not waiting for Chantel to come in there. She never should have been on the website.
The minute I seen her, she's like, Chantal, we have to talk.
Tabarnak, we're spinning into oblivion again. What is this? It truly does feel authentic, eh? Just like she's back on YouTube. Because every once in a while on her streams, we would also spin into oblivion. We could pretend like this is Koki calling. Bring me a Adonis order. Pew Pew Pondu. Thank you for the super sticker, girl.
And that's footage of Frenchie getting a super sticker. And over here, we've been blessed with a super chat from Wyatt Gunner. Get up there, kitty. Super chat, Kate. Super chat, Kate. Thanks for blessing us, Wyatt Gunner. We hope to bless you back. Super chat, Kate. Super chat, Kate. Super chat, Kate. Thanks very much, Wyatt Gunner. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you, Wyatt Gunner. Thank you, Super Chat Cat.
All right, we have to hit refresh and hope for the best. What are we at? Oh my God. Okay.
I had no fucking idea.
Amy, it has to be because you remind them of themselves. What? The minute I seen her, she's like, Chantal, we have to talk. I was like, hey, Sarah, I swear, I'm like, why are you here?
The same way in which she presents that she just encountered Dee Dee when she was complaining about Natter again at the police station is the same way in which she said to the camera before. Remember the fake engagement ring? She looked at the camera and she says, I swear, I didn't buy this. I swear. And a couple of weeks later, she says, yeah, I bought it. So consider the source, you know? If somebody's a proven liar, take everything they say as like horseshit unless you have evidence for it.
Yeah. She's cute when she was younger. Okay. Well.
Thank you very much. Val loves J Forever 5.
That was so aggressive. Why does she eat the food like that? She's so angry, and she just got extra angry because somebody just said that Dee Dee was cute when she was younger. Okay. Oh my God, bite your. Is that why the fingernail paint is missing? There's some green missing off the ends. Did she eat it by mistake? She went so hard. She was so aggressively eating it, and she ate it. I'm on to you, girl. I'm on to you. Oh my God. Oh no, she peed green. I'm like, didn't she?
Thanks for bringing that up because when I was saying that she fakes this, she fakes that, she fakes, I forgot to say she also fakes being a victim of domestic violence and being a victim of sexual abuse. I want to leave that comment up there for a while. I forgot to say that the whole time. I kept, she fakes this, she fakes that, she fakes that. Anything she could exploit. Remember she was driving the car and she faked having a seizure? Like, blah, 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 blah. And people were like, oh, she had a seizure. She didn't have no fucking seizure. Like anything that this creature can exploit and fake for a buck. Like she's got like a laundry list of all these things that she fakes. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I'm going to leave that up there for a little bit. Yeah. She faked all that, and she also fakes being domestic violence. I guess the YouTube software doesn't like it when you type it into the comments. So I guess I can say it. And she fakes being a domestic violence victim and a sexual assault victim too. Yeah, she actually damages the efforts to respect and act upon the real victims because she makes them all look like hysterical lunatics because of what she does. And it is evil because if anybody has sideways pays a bit of attention to her and see how she's treating this all as a joke, and if they don't know, her personality, they might say, "Oh, I guess most of those women are like." They're not. Chantel is profiting from their misery. Yes. I don't know. She says she hasn't paid her taxes. That just might be something spicy she says to give us something to talk about, right? I mean, for Chantel and all the money she has, doing her taxes is as easily as saying, somebody come over here and do this. That's it. Why would she jeopardize? Well, it doesn't jeopardize her income from YouTube. Then again, she doesn't have the income anymore. So, I mean, like in the United States, the the IRS. That's a serious organization. And here it's a Canada Revenue Service. Even if she hadn't done her taxes, I can't see her being in too much trouble because she's not a property owner. She doesn't own the townhouse. She has no other real estate. Like I haven't done my taxes for maybe a year here. It's like no more than a year. You forget to do it. It's if you owe the government. If you owe the government a lot of money and you're withholding that money, then you're in trouble. So it was like years ago. I might have missed it for a year. And if you don't owe a huge amount, I mean, they're not going to make that big of a deal out of it. I think she's just making it up. Himme, yeah, eventually it can become criminal. It's just like if you're on private property shooting the video like she was doing. And people say it's not a crime. Well, it's like, let's say Chantal owned a house and somebody went there, was shooting video. And she said, "What the heck are you doing here?" And, "Oh, I'm just shooting video." Well, get off the property. I don't want you doing that. Okay, leave. If you stay, then you're trespassing. And then you're trespassing, then they can phone the police. And then they can show up and say, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm refusing to leave." Now it's trespass. I think it's fake. I don't want to get in, too high spirited an argument with anyone if they think it's for real. It's just something else for her to add to the drama, right? That she's overwhelmed. It was really something when shortly after she got kicked off of YouTube, she's driving around and says, "I need a vacation, bees. I seriously can't take this stress. I need a vacation from this." From what? Smoking dope and staring at the computer monitor for 6 hours a day? I'm just getting into some more comments. Yeah, that's another thing. She doesn't make her streams. She doesn't always make her streams 18 plus as she should. That's something else she got away with for a long time. I'm not saying she didn't make any of them 18 plus. She did. Yet there were so many that she should have and did not. And how many years has she been doing this? She just doesn't give a shit. Well, remember what she said. Remember, I grabbed that clip and I use it in my intros where she says, I don't want to say that out loud either, where she says, when someone asked her if you didn't make money on YouTube, would you still do it? She says, no, fuck no. So that was her opinion about YouTube, and I'm glad that you raised that because it reminds me of something. Chantel could come back and have a channel like that. It's just it wouldn't be monetized. So she doesn't really care about pleasing her beezers. She doesn't love those beezers. I mean, like Hussy has come back like what, 6 times? Not likely going to get monetized. So she could make a channel on YouTube tomorrow. Call herself Foodie Goofball. It wouldn't make any money though. She needs a vacation from her vacation. Yes, ill-gotten gains. Lovely quote. Ill-gotten gains.
Say she pooed green for 2 days? Her poo was green? It was the fucking fingernail paint. I get it now. I get it. Chantal's magically invisible therapist. Thank you again for the super chat, Gorl.
Amy, that made me laugh.
Oh my God, Dax. Oh, that's why you thought you were blocked because I wasn't acknowledging your super chat. This is literally how far behind I am on the chat. It's my bad. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dax Marshall, thank you for being here. And no, you are not chat. I am literally just this slow.
Okay, so that was the footage from Frenchie. And as long as I got you all here, I want to explain a little bit that I apologize to French Fry Girl. I got 168 here. So we started with about 40 or so. Can I just bring up that little bit of footage, the video file? Where'd it go? There it is.
And convince a group of people, that is just fucking facts. People can leave here tonight. Me trying to convince a group of people, that is just fucking facts.
Okay, so if you like, we started off with about 40 really quick. And right now we got 166. So for those of you who just got in here now, at the top of this, I apologize to French Fry Girl for saying that her channel had jumped the shark. I only said that because I was trying to kiss up to Yaba, who at the time, Frenchie and Yaba were fighting. So I thought, Yaba says she's going to come to Canada. Wouldn't it be cool to maybe meet her and do some sort of a collab? Or even if it's not a collab in person, to do something over the internet side of kind of a collab. So I made a mistake, and I when Frenchie reached out to Chantel, and I said, well, why would you want to do that? How can you criticize someone and then try to reach out to them? So I said, oh, your channel jumped the shark. I shouldn't have said that. So I apologize for it at the top of this. And earlier on for this video, which is 169 here, I played this footage of what Yaba did to me. So I might as well play it again. It's very short, and I'll just do it. This is Yaba talking about Negs being really bad, blah 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 blah.
Facts. People can leave here tonight thinking that bitch is crazy. You can think what you want, but these are cold fucking hearted facts. How many times did you talk about women getting babies sucked out of their vaginas with vacuums? Speak about it.
Okay, so I was in the middle of squawking about Negs, which is good for her to do, and good because he really did say lots of horrible things about women. So not too far away previous to this, Yaba put a knife in my back and threw me under the bus because I phoned the grocery store. And we since learned more about Yaba over the past month or so, that she thinks she created all the reaction channels. She thinks she's the boss, and she's really afraid of Chantel losing her channel. That's why she didn't like me phoning the grocery store, because it limited some of the footage she would get if Chantel didn't want to show up and do live stream footage in a store. And so that's all I did. I phoned the grocery store and let them know that Chantel was shooting live stream. And so she banned me from her comments. She didn't ban me from her chat. So I snuck in because I was a channel member of hers, and I had the member appreciation comment that I could make. So that green thing off to the right, it says, quote, "Guess what? You did not invent reaction channels, and you are not the boss, so get over yourself," close quote. That's what I sent up. And when it goes up there, Sam sees it and says, "Let it go," as if I'm beneath them. And then Yaba goes crazy and says stuff about me, which is totally undeserved. Here.
Let it go. Keep what it's in.
Fuck out of here, you fucking loser. Get that fucking idiot out of here. I don't even care what the hell he's saying. You fucking inbred Canadian hillbilly cocksucking motherfucker, out of here.
Weirdo.
You fucking weirdo.
So Yaba used Canadian as an insult and also called me the Canadian cocksucker. And she knows I'm not gay. And, you know, Yaba playfully would make fun of Canada, and I would playfully make fun of Canada for her back when we were friends. And now we find out that she's makes homophobic comments and xenophobic comments as well, because that's like a hatred of another country. You use Canada as an insult. And then she goes on a little bit more to link me together with Negs, which is just crazy to do.
Don't even care what you got to say. Why don't you go team up with that degenerate? DC, there's another one you can go put in rehab.
Yep.
I got a list of people for you. FBRC, Negs, who else? Take them all.
So, to Yaba's understanding, she equates me as being the same thing as Negs, and she uses my name first, FBRC. Then she says Negs. Now, Negs had said all kinds of horrible things about Frenchie, and that I played this footage earlier on when I first apologized to her for saying her channel jumped the shark. And you guys know that I don't say those things about women. And Yaba is the one that hurt my channel huge because she's got a much bigger channel and I'm a smaller one, and she's a woman, and she's equated me as being a degenerate and the same thing as Negs. And all I did was call a grocery store. And meanwhile, Negs has said all kinds of horrible things, like the things that were just said here, and he said horrible things about Frenchie as well. So that's what I played earlier on. I know it's a bit boring if you've been off for the whole stream. I figure if I got 145 in front of me, I might as well play it again. So, yeah, let's get that out of here. Remove from studio. Yeah, well, Yaba has since lost her mind. She's not going back on camera again, and she attacks other creators, and she gave Yaba, like, you know, she gave Chantel a pass for the predatory action she took against the teenagers on the Megala site. Yaba gave Chantel a pass to do that. She didn't make a thing about it. She discounted it. She tried to make it sound like by allowing the comments in her chat, she and allowed Charlie Gold to be dragged in her chat. She allowed the perception to be created that Charlie Gold had used the really bad P word, not predator, the other P word. I don't even mention on the channel. And I'm just checking out a chat or two. Yeah, so in order to hurt me more, because I crawl a grocery store, Yaba, as the footage I just played for you guys, tried to make it sound like I was the same type of guy. And so that caused my channel members to leave, the subs to go down, and the views to go down. And so when people say let it go, you know, it takes a lot of time to rebuild up after an unwarranted attack of that type takes place. And yeah, Yaba's desperate. She only cares about her money. And she has let her channel get through her head, too. And so, you know, at the time, Yaba and not the time of that video, earlier on, Yaba and Frenchie were fighting. And so in the middle of their fight, while I was still friends with Yaba and expecting Yaba to come to Canada, that's when I said, oh, Frenchie jumped the shark for trying to reach out to Chantel, which wasn't accurate for me to say. Anyway, I think I've apologized for it like 4 times. Let's leave it alone. Well, I can't leave it alone because I'm still repairing that damage, and I'll continue to speak to it every now and then, including running that piece of footage that I just ran. I'm not going to put your name up here. Charlie Gold was getting dragged in that chat, and it's still up. And Sam knew it, and Yabba knew it, and the moderators knew it, and they all let Charlie Gold get dragged in the chat that day. And they didn't stop it, and didn't stop the show to say that, that this is wrong. Don't get that mixed up. Yabba called out how stupid it was to call Chantel a predator. Chantel, with the knowledge of being a YouTuber for years, Chantel went in there. As the lawyers say, you knew or ought to have known. And Charlie Gold ran the footage and clocked Chantel at 5 seconds on the warning page, which said there's going to be people as young as 13 years of age there. And Chantel knew or ought to have known she's going to encounter teenagers, and she did. A 17-year-old, which is less than half her age. Yeah, but called out how stupid it was to call Chantel a predator. It was the right thing to do to call Chantel a predator. Yeah, okay, good. You saw that too. And you were shocked that she didn't speak up for Charlie. That's right. So, hey, I gave you 2 seconds. Bless this mess. Got a bumblebee there. That's kind of fun. It wasn't stupid to call Chantel a predator. She kept going. She ran into a 17-year-old. Guess what? Stop when you're 38. Pull out. Leave. No, she went in further. So I don't need you around here, bless this mess. It was right to call Chantel a predator. It was the right thing to do. Where's the fucking button? Bye. You can go bees or you can go hang out at Yabba's. Bye. Yeah, she should have turned off everything and just walked away. And she didn't. She went in further. She wanted some excitement, and she got it. Yes, Charlie was right. And I said that on the day that live was played by Charlie Gold, not that saying that I'm so important, I'd send up a super chat of only $5, and I said, this is the best Chantel reaction ever. I said about Charlie Gold. Charlie was right, yeah. Chantel is gross. And now, thankfully, with that predatory behavior that Charlie Gold spoke to first, so I'm just agreeing with it, we don't have Chantel here anymore. And Chantel is where she belongs. On OnlyFans. Slurring her speech, talking to a camera, and every 5 minutes, Chantel will do this. That's where she belongs. On OnlyFans. Yeah, she should have known better. As a grown woman, or at least a grown wildebeest, and as a YouTuber with years and years of experience. Oh boy. I can't put your comment up there, Rocky Go-Abouts. I didn't see the footage myself. I only saw the footage on Charlie Gold, who blurred out, totally censored out. I'm just checking out some comments, everybody. We're still doing pretty good. 144 here. Consider subscribing. I didn't know it was that involved, Rocky Cobos. Oh, yeah. And ever since that happened, Chantel continues to talk in an erotic fashion about that person who did what they did while she had him on YouTube. She continues to use terms like salami and dong. I mean, that's the real Chantel. I don't believe that there's an ongoing fight with her with Natter. I don't believe that she has a pulmonary embolisms. Yet the real Chantel, just smoking drugs all day long, being dirty and stupid, and now talking. She's continuing to talk in an erotic fashion about someone she knows as a minor. We can hope that YouTube sticks with their original decision and doesn't let her back here. Yeah, what more do they want? Yeah. Drives while high, drugs use, exploits DV and SA, neglects her animals, threatening behavior. What more do you want? I did a reaction on her taking BBJ to the vet. It didn't even get 1,000 views. And when Chantel was taking BBJ into the car, she treats her like a lunchbox, and it's like bang on the dashboard. You know, she should have gently put the cat down and then strap the cat in for safety. So it's like, oh no, let's go, bang, and she, here, you smell like shit. And then when she gets back in, she just puts the BBJ, you know, like it's a lunchbox on the seat next to her. And then she was driving back to the townhouse. The cat's crying the whole time. He said, "We're gonna get supper. I'm gonna do a haul of this or something else." And yeah, the first time, yeah, she could maybe say, I wouldn't because of the warning screen. The warning screen, there was Charlie Gold clocked Chantel. It's 5 seconds on the warning screen that says there's going to be 13-year-olds on that thing. And I still want to get around to doing a small reaction, a tribute to Charlie Gold's great reaction, and just put a few clips and tell people to go watch the whole thing, the whole 3-hour thing. It was the best. I knew that Charlie Gold had a winner of a reaction. It was like 3 hours long. It was fantastic. There we go. Thank you. She's still talking about what you just said here. Like, sure, I get some entertainment value out of the train wreck aspect of Chantel, you know, really overeating. When she went to go buy that iMac, I'm an Apple user and a Mac geek and everything, so I made a reaction to that. I think it got 1,000 views. It's because everybody had moved on, and I worked so hard on it with all the Apple history and stuff. And she's standing next to the car, and hang on. And like she's got like this gut, she got a gut underneath that. She's telling us all about her fupa, and it's infected and all the rest of that stuff. You know, that's all funny. That's all funny stuff. Yet her talking about a minor ongoing, she doesn't get it because she just doesn't care. That's like the real Chantel. That's the material I like to react to. I'm not paying much attention to her saying, oh, she saw Natter at the police station. She ran into Dee Dee. I don't believe that happened. You know. Yet her still talking about that, the age of that, and the way she talks, it's just like, you know, she's always got a poop story. Every other episode. When she was going to buy that iMac, or sorry, after she had bought it and she was going to Burger King, I was trying to get that thing done with all the Apple stuff I was putting in there. It was taking so long, and everything with Chantal moves so quickly, and I want to do a good job. And like, she moves so fast, and you try to keep up with it. And she had another poop story, and I said, "Okay, you gotta rack it up." No, I can't. I don't have time. Anyway, it's there. It was there, I should say, because the channel is gone. So she had another poop story. She's a fucking weirdo. Why don't she continue to talk about it in such a way, Yeah. Yeah, what is she doing for showing that stuff on YouTube? I'm agreeing with you, not yelling at you. So, she's where she belongs. On OnlyFans. With a tiny audience, $10 each to subscribe to it. And now she's on Patreon for $10 real money and $13.50 taxes in with Canadian money. And that's what Frenchie was doing, reacting to the Patreon footage. That's what Frenchie was doing. And now we can just start reacting to her at Patreon. And as I said earlier, it's like I'm a night owl, and like you'd always check, Chantal at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. It could be taco bees, I don't know, potato chips bees, no imagination, no creativity, no work. And it's just an idiot getting high, staring at a camera, talking dirty. 2,000 people are on it. And then by the end of the day, there'll be another 15,000 views for a 4-hour-long video of somebody getting high on camera and nothing else. Good riddance to that. I'm just pushing forward a little bit. She should have brought the cat in. Well, I just said, sorry to repeat myself. I just want to add something to it. She should have brought the cat in like this, live. Here you go, BBG. Strapped it in for safety. And then she should have been, oh, we're going now. We're going. That's all right, kitty. Not just like, there's the cat, big deal, blah, 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 talk to the chat. And then when she got the cat back, it should have been, okay, kitty. It's in my reaction where it says BBG, bad job. If you go to my channel where it shows all the thumbnails, it says BBG, bad job. You see the footage of her bonking the cat against the dashboard, and then when she's outside walking towards the vet's office, she bonks the cat carrier against her car. Treats it like a lunchbox. Treats the cat carrier like a lunchbox, and treats BBJ like a sandwich. And then as soon as she got back to the townhouse, she went live in about 5 minutes when she should have been sitting there hanging around with BBJ and, just being there for that cat. Oh, horrible excuse for a human. Oh, yeah, Colleen, yeah. If it had been a man, oh, boy. If it had been a man talking about what you just said there, like she has been, people would be screaming predator. She would be off the platforms because she's on Patreon and OnlyFans talking about this incident that got her yeeted off this platform, and she continues to talk about. I can't. I don't even feel comfortable, saying what she's doing. She's talking in an erotic fashion about somebody she shouldn't be talking about in an erotic fashion, using those kinds of slang words. And if it had been a man on OnlyFans or Patreon who had been kicked off YouTube for talking to a minor girl, and the guy's continuing to talk about it on those other two platforms, The guy would be out of there in no time. Yeah. Rose. Hello, Rose Thorne. And apparently, Chantel's most recent Twitch stream got stopped due to her singing. Well, that's good because I hate it when she ruins good songs. It stopped midstream. Okay, so she got nailed for singing. Well, nailed for singing copyrighted material. That's a good one. Oh, there's talking back. I mean, saying hello. That's right. When was this? 11:29. Oh, I'm just 1 minute behind. Yeah, if she was a man, oh. So we should consider her in the same way as if she was a man talking about a girl. You know, what the hell is she doing on OnlyFans or Patreon? Why do they allow her to stay there when she continues to talk in an erotic fashion about someone she shouldn't be talking about in that way? She shouldn't be there. I call it the rollout. I don't know if other people call it that. On the 8th of the month, they tell you how much you're going to get on the 22nd. Because I'm in Canada, the money's supposed to show up on the 21st. And because I'm in a different country, it shows up on the 22nd. And so Chantel, if she's getting anything, she should be getting it on the 22nd. Rose Thorne, who can speak to this if she wants to, is, of course, in United States of America. And, you know, maybe she gets her notice of how much she's going to get. You cannot promote other platforms on Twitch, which aren't family friendly. Yeah, that's right. Rose is in the US of A. And, you know, when can I, the 21st. Okay. So I checked my records, and the payment for me in Ontario where good things grow, Canada. That's a song that the government of Ontario came out with years ago. Ontario, good things grow. So it was about agriculture. So it was I get it on the 22nd. So it's a day behind American YouTubers who get their money on the 21st. So by the 22nd, Chantel will know whether or not she's getting that last bit of money. So that's where, see, there's so much fun, real stuff to react to. Like, what's she going to act like if she gets the money? What's she going to act like if she doesn't get the money? And one of you said that, yeah, you heard a lot of VIBzers are getting refunds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's not a good sign for Chantel. Oh boy, you remember that commercial? Yeah, I don't think she's getting anything. Oh, was Pete's pushing Chantel's other platforms on YouTube? That's the first I heard. So you guys are half the show. I didn't even know that. She got Pete's to it, so like to do it on his community post. I reported it within a few hours. It was gone. Yeah, Rose, you're right. Even if she gets one more, that's it. Oh, Pete's advertised the OnlyFans for Chantel on his community post. Oh. And Chantel promoted her OnlyFans on YouTube. And that's where she made the community post where she refused to provide any content and close it down. And she said, just take the loss and weep. You know, that's Chantel's philosophy of life. Your happiness is not her responsibility. And a quote that she used many times on her channel is too fucking bad for you. And so for her to tell people that paid for her erotic content the first time she went to OnlyFans that take the loss and weep, she ends up on welfare. I could care less. So I that's where I sort of disagree a little bit with Frenchie. If Chantal goes on welfare, it's only going to cost me 0.0001 cents, where she should be. Like, she's on the other platforms now, OnlyFans and Patreon, talking in an erotic fashion about the person that she shouldn't be talking about that person in that way. Yeah, I was on it the other day because I had to join it for the reactions. And she said she was doing like these 5-minute mix downs of her Patreon. So she's going to bring some content over there, mixed down as 5 minutes. There was footage of her with Pete's, and I can't stand Pete's anymore. I can't even watch it when he's in there. And just follow the little conversation going on here. I'm just checking some chats. I'm checking some chat messages. Wait a minute. She's always at Linda. I was given a lot of advice about this time period. I told not to take any jabs. At Linda Fulcher. What did Linda Fulcher say? I'm just going through some. I'm just checking out some chat messages. Sorry, I just want to follow some chat. Sorry. I'm just reading some chat messages. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it was that comment. Oh, okay. So Pretty Penny was replying to that. No advice about this time period. So. Okay. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I read chats, and then I guess about 10 of you left while I was sorry. I just want to find what's going on in the chat. Yeah, like Jim and Tammy Faye Baker, like they were always in crisis. It's like, we need money for this, we need money for that. We do it like that. Nobody ever gets comfortable. It's like Chantel. It's like she can't have one comfortable week. There's always something going wrong, and that's not natural. Those two did it. Tammy Faye and Jim Baker. Like things are going to fall apart without your support. There always has to be a crisis going on to be able to make money. And Chantel's the same way. Oh, excellent comment. Pete said he's depressed again and things are going to get tight, but don't worry, he'll be okay. He was fishing for super chats, of course. Yeah. I gave up on Pete when he said he was going to hurt himself, alluded that he was going to hurt himself. And then the next day he was saying, hey, what's going on with you, bro? And he was making fun of Natter. You want an update? In what way? What do you want? What do you need? Let's see if we can help. Yes. Love that. Well, look at who he lives with, right? Oh, okay. Well, I just apologized to her at the start of the show for saying that her channel had jumped the shark. That's it. and I was going to do so anyway. I just noticed she happened to play a. She was, I had reported. I used the reporting tool at Patreon, which was an invitation to do so because I'm already one of their customers. And Frenchie was talking about it, and somebody mentioned me, and Frenchie said, "Would you please read between the lines so I don't have to mention somebody's name?" And she meant me. And so I played that footage and reacted to it, and she did talk about me later on. So that's cool. And so I just apologize for having said that her channel jumped the shark. So everything's cool with Frenchie. I don't expect Frenchie to show up and say FBRC is a great guy. Just so that was what was happening at the start of the show. Well, how about for the purposes of information, I'm going to play you the clip from Frenchie where she explains how we can get into the Patreon. Well, she doesn't explain. She runs footage from somebody else who explains it for all of us. So let me run that. Okay, share video file 3. Okay, open this.
Ridiculousness comes out, or I shouldn't say if. When more ridiculous shit comes out of her mouth, I will definitely keep you guys. Hey, we can pull screenshots and put them right on the community tab. We'll have quick updates when she tweets dumb shit. Perfect. Lisa, thank you so much for the super chat, girl. I think you may be right. The dong. Anyway. Whatever. Let's just get into it. Like I said, we have 2 reactions tonight, okay? Now before we do.
Okay, I got the right clip. Frenchie is going to share with you a clip of how some guy can use Patreon footage. So we'll all be able to use Chantel's Patreon footage and just react to it directly. So Frenchie shared this with her audience, and I'm sharing the footage with you guys here. So you know that I will soon be able to use the Patreon footage directly. Like I'm using Frenchie's reaction of the Patreon footage, which she got legit because she became a Patreon member, and I've done so too. Pardon me. Someone's asking how far away I am from Chantel. Well, I already got doxxed. I don't want to. I'm not going to re-dox myself here. I'm about 3 hours away. Maybe 4, 3.5, 4, thereabouts, depending on how the weather is. So what was I talking about? Yeah, so this is the footage that shows how we can get into the Patreon by simply paying for it, and then we have the right to react to it.
We're gonna have a little clip. I'm gonna tell you guys a little funny story. You never know where you're gonna pick up a little nugget of information that you need, because, like I've said, I don't want to break freaking TOS on my platform, right? I like to be careful here. Or at least it's more careful than Chantal. How's that? Fair? Fine. I wasn't sure about the exactitude of can we take things from another platform per se, and I don't mean nudes or anything. I mean raging, talking, whatever, the tea, and can we bring it over here onto YouTube and react to it? And I wasn't sure because I don't know anything about like OnlyFans. This is all new to me. But then later that evening, this is 2 nights ago, Chantal announces that she's making a Patreon. And again, Patreon, not a website that I know anything about, except for one little thing. I knew one little thing about Patreon specifically because of my weird addiction to H3H3. You guys know I love the way that show is their show is set up. How quickly they run through all the topics and stuff. I like H3, whatever. I remembered as soon as she mentioned Patreon, I remembered months ago having seen, because there's like a saga going on between Ethan Klein and Nikocado Avocado. And Nikocado Avocado had made a video that Ethan wanted to react to on YouTube, but Nick had put it up behind a paywall on Patreon. So here, and this was the first thing I thought of when she announced she was doing her Patreon. I'm going to play you guys just a little clip of Ethan explaining to everybody why it's absolutely fine to do it as long as you are the patron, you have paid to be the patron, and you have a receipt in your damn name for said Patreon. Let's listen to what Ethan said and his lawyer.
So this space, it may have seemed to be a little bit boring because I noticed that the attendance numbers are going down while I play this. So this explains how that we can just keep on reacting to Chantel while she's on Patreon. We become members of the Patreon. We pay for it. We go in, and then we can just fair use react to whatever we want because we've paid for it. We haven't stolen it. So Frenchie has become a Patreon member. I become a Patreon member too. And this video that she shared explains it. So I'll just go ahead and keep playing it. Here we go.
Boom.
Then we got the $24 per month. Okay. I'm not signed in here, but I've got the receipt. I paid for it. You know, I obtained it legally. Here's the video. Now he's got a fat warning here. Let me read it to you. It says, warning, if you leak this content, you will be sued. The copyright of the following unlisted material in conjunction with Patreon jurisdiction, including all image and video material, is owned by Network Avocado. You do not have permission to use, distribute, copy, reproduce, spread, or play any of this material outside of this Patreon subscription policy agreement. Well, yeah, sounds scary, but in truth, I did talk to my attorney, and he assured me that as long as I've obtained it, you know, legally, which I did, I've got the receipts, then it's totally within my right to react to it and fair use. So this is a fair use. The paywall actually doesn't matter. Many people don't know that. The paywall does not matter. It's still fair for commentary. Just because you charge for something doesn't mean that people can't, you know, react to it. So that's what we're going to be doing here. This is fair use. I've vetted this with my attorney. So, and I mean, what do you want, bro? You're charging me.
Okay, I clipped it off there because he's just kind of going off on Nikocado.
There, and I'll clip that off too. So that was from a much bigger channel. And the guy, you know, had ongoing reactions of Nikocado. Nikocado went behind Patreon. This guy went right through it, paid for the footage, became a member, and then he had the right, because he obtained the footage legally, to react to it. So that's how it works. So it's working for Frenchie, and I guess it'll soon be working for Rosethorn too. And we can, you know, let us in the reaction channel community worry about going in there and paying for the membership of Chantel's crap on Patreon. And we just go in there and take it because we're paying, signed up and paying members of Patreon. And then we can react to it. There you are. And nothing has happened to Frenchie's channel. And so now the rest of us can move in rather. And yeah, that's a much bigger channel, whatever that was that guy is connected to. So yeah, so he can so he can do it, and that's how it works for him. It's the same mechanism for the rest of us to go in and get stuff from behind a Patreon paywall. Just join up, and then you can react to it. There. It's a little bit boring. It's not very super entertaining to talk about, yet That's what will allow us to get a hold of the Patreon footage. Of course, Chantel can make her memberships, like $600 a month, which means that nobody else will join either. So she's got to keep it low enough that it doesn't hurt. So I joined at the $10 and $13.50 level, which is $10 of real money. And yeah, that's all it costs. But then others can react to my channel of Chantel. Yeah, well, in the same way that I just reacted to the Patreon footage that Frenchie had paid for. When she brings it into YouTube, it's now a YouTube product. It's been fully transformed and been published by Frenchie. However, I'm not going to carry on with it, taking Frenchie's footage all the time. It's just that she was running footage that had Chantel talking about me. And plus, I wanted to apologize to Frenchie for saying her channel jumped the shark by saying that I only did it to suck up to Yava and deal with a couple other issues. And yeah. So if I get to any more Patreon footage, I'll just use my own, because now I'm paying for Patreon too. Chantel's Patreon. That's pretty much all that I had. 130, 129. As soon as I said that's all that I got, 5 people turned it off. So that's we still have 129. And thanks for coming by. You might consider subscribing if you thought any of this was entertaining this evening. I still say this evening, 11:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, March 15th. Well, if others take my footage that I pay for, well, you just saw what I had there when I was running Frenchie's footage. Well, like her graphics and her talking and her editing is all throughout it, as it should be. And so it's kind of messy to react to. What's this? Have I considered reacting to? She does fantastic. Is she the one that does a really good impersonation of Chantel? Is that the woman that does a really great impersonation of Chantel? Is that who that is? I wouldn't want to take her parodies and just run them. And what am I supposed to do with a parody? I mean, I know you mean well and everything. It's just if that's the woman that I think you're talking about, I wouldn't want to take somebody else's really funny parody work and then what am I going to do? Rerun it and say it's really good? Rona Rabbit Ears, thanks for coming by. Thanks very much. Get up the kitty over there. Super JK! Super JK! Thanks for blessing us, Rona Rabbit Ears. We have to bless you, babe. Super JK! Super JK! Super JK! Thanks, Rona Rabbit Ears. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, we're almost 3 hours into this, and we're close to having all of our stuff done. You came by anyway, and thanks very much. Chantel, a super chat. You're just supposed to sing and then get off the camera. It's like, oh, never mind. Chantel was saying with the footage we were playing earlier that she says, "How dare you bite the hand that feeds them?" And look at this. We're still getting fed with super chats by people such as yourself. And Chantel's off this platform, so nobody needs Chantel for anything. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you very much, Super Chat Cat, and thank you, Rona Rabbit Ears too. Wyatt Gunner is still here. Lynn Smith says, "Wouldn't miss this FBRC." In regards to that question I had, is that the woman that does the impressions? I think her name is Cheyenne. Yeah, so amazing, funny. Thanks very much, Rona Rabbit Ears. Thanks. And you got a fun avatar too. And here's a funny comment here. Where'd it go? Jenny. Nada's chat is like 12 admins and 2 users. Does anybody know what he was cooking the other day? He was saying it was head. So it was like the head of some animal. Ugh. He did lamb heart. I reacted to that. Yeah, there's some channels that just run the footage. I don't just run the footage. I transfer the crap out of it. Thank you, Linda Fulcher, for all your hard work. And thank you for proving yet again. As Chantel says, how dare you bite the hand that feeds you? And here we are, surviving and thriving without Chantel. Chantel's not here. We are going to legally be entitled to react to her footage on Patreon. There's nothing that Chantel can do about it. And folks are still supporting reaction channels. So, bloop to you, Chantel. Do not need Chantel on YouTube. Soup. How are you doing? Good voice there today? Up there. Super JK. Super JK. Thanks for blessing us, Linda Fulcher. We have to bless you back. Super Chat K. Super Chat K. Super Chat K. Meow, meow, meow. Thanks. Meow. Thanks. Meow. Thanks. Thank you, Super Chat Cat. Thank you, Linda Fulcher. Oh, Natter was cooking goat head, says Lynn Smith. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh no, goat head. Goat head. Oh, it's disgusting. Goat. Everybody's letting me know. Goat. Goat. You sure will. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Some parts of an animal should be left alone. Cheaper cuts of meat, no kidding. I'm going to play the Natter song. Let's play the Natter song. It's like a minute. I am a real man. I keep it real. Yes, I am the real man. I say what I feel. How do you say? My English is not so good. How do I say it?
I do my best. I am a real man. I'll kick your ass. Not one hair on my asshole will move. I am a real man. I will kick your ass too. I will kick Pete's more. And I almost walk into a plant. Please do not take any notice of the great big whale that's shooting this video. Cause I have the money. She had to pay me. I'm a degenerate gigolo. I'm still real man. So, all you ladies can't get enough of me. Don't pay any attention to that shadow of that blob to my right, or now my left. Don't give me any shit. I take no shit from no woman. I am a real man. I do what I want. Let's listen to my words. I am having problem with the English. It doesn't matter. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's real good. I'm the real man. La la fucking la 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 la. Okay, I'm done. Neither is hungry, huh? I want a burger, bitch. Start the car now, huh? Or I leave you. Come on, go.
Thank you, Rocky. Well, glad y'all love that. It's one of those things that just don't get old. Thank you, Sweet Jane. Lynn Smith, I want a burger. Am I want a burger? Glad y'all like it. Yeah, thank you, Rocky. Yep. It gets funnier each time. Emmy, thanks. Well, considering the sources, how could we know? They both lie all the time. Yeah, the shadow. Pardon me. Well, I think that was a pretty good party for 3 hours, 3 minutes. And I expect that the next time, as soon as I said that was a pretty good party, boom, 3 people left. There you are, Veganista. I was just talking about the mean way in which Chantel was handling BBJ, taking her to the vet. Thank you. Let's pay attention to the shadow. Let's see how long. Do you think we have enough into it to guess how long term Feedy Beauty's current situation will be? What, like, waiting to see if she gets paid or not? That's about a week away. No, wait, it's now past midnight Eastern Standard Time. I'm in the same time zone as Chantel. So today is now the 16th, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Should be 6 days. 6 days. Wyatt Gunner is still here. Thank you very much. Dang right, it's still funny. Enjoyed it so much, Crew Ross. Always a great stream. Thank you for saying so, Lynn Smith. Tonight was fun, says Kilzar. Pardon me. Always a Chevy Silverado girl is saying goodnight. Thanks for coming by. A poverty arc is coming. You wake up singing the FBRC theme song. Thank you, Crew Ross. Let me do the... Cinderella, thanks for the fun. Everybody's saying goodnight. Let me do the Chantel song. Night, Chevy girl. I'm right behind you, says Linda. Folks are stepping out. All right. Pardon me, dang it. Goulash and Campbell's soup arc coming. Colleen with a K. Let me end on that. No, we got this, and then we're still going to end on that. Good night to all chat, and thanks for the React channel. Cardboard box is going to come in handy. See, the jokes are showing up. Okay, I'm going to do the song. Thanks very much. YouTube Pretty Penny, thanks. Thank you, Emma Rowan. And here, well, we still got over 100 folks. Please hit the like on the way out. Consider subscribing. Now the Chantel song. Thanks for your wonderful comments, your super chats, new channel members, everything. It's just been great. You see, we can all do without Chantel on YouTube. And for $13.50 a month that I come up with Canadian, and the same $13.50 a month that Frenchie comes up with Canadian, we can go in legally and pull the Patreon footage out and react to it here. So we win and Chantel loses because she is a loser. A 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight. Chantel, oh, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, Chantel, Chantel. Emmy, thanks. She rolls out of bed with nothing better to do. She rolls right back to bed after the muck bang is through. She make a mess. She make a couple of dollars. She gonna do it again. It's all too much for you for you to understand. Come on, sing it again. Chantel, oh, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight, yeah. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, 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 Chantel.